Visit undercovercapes.com for the latest and greatest podcasts via the Undercover Capes Podcast Network. Also visit our parent company website, comiccrusaders.com, all about comic pop culture.
Hey, how's it going, boys and girls? We are here for another freaking Drunken Chat, son. The Thanksgiving freaking edition. I am proud to be with my boys, freaking Brian McClay and Eric Yee. Say what up, fellas.
What up, gents?
How's it going, everyone?
Hey, we should have more people jumping on soon, but we wanted to get right into it and just say hello to everybody. Hey, what's going on, Thunder? What's going on, Rated Bear? Cover Level Comics and Blue Green Artifacts, Charlie Hustle. I know Blue Green sometimes likes to join with us. I'm not sure how to get in contact with him because not sure if I have his Instagram. But if you want to jump on, man, freaking let me know. Today, my drunkenness will be brought to you by this very interesting bottle of sake that I found at freaking Costco. I'm starting to love this fucking alcohol that I'm starting to find freaking. It's just always a surprise. They always got some new shit out there.
I think Nico should be in the back room here shortly if he's not already there.
Right? Yeah, he's not there yet.
I'm drinking my Crawford Bock tonight.
Shout out to the cheaters.
Hey, I'm from Houston.
That's okay.
Hey,
Houston's great.
Yeah, but I mean, how many times have the Yankees cheated?
All the time.
Still,
hey, if you're not willing to bang on a trash can for your championship, you're not worthy.
You're not trying, yeah.
I mean, they had to beat that Astro turf curse and stuff like that somehow, right?
Hey, so a lot of interesting comics that came out. There was like a bunch of LCSD freaking variants. There was that Spawn variant. There was that Invincible variant that came out this week, right? There was a bunch of Mighty Power Ranger stuff that came out this week. One interesting was this Monstrous Foil variant that freaking came out this week. A lot of good stuff that was like nice and shiny and stuff, but the only one that I really cared about, this Usagi Jimbo joint. I freaking love this freaking cover.
Oh yeah,
this was probably my favorite cover of the week that just actually came through. And if you guys have any other covers that you love that that was probably covered on the freaking top 10, freaking let me know. I love to shit that stuff out. Hey, what up, Doc J? Freaking love to see you. Hey, Costco sake. Yeah, I'm freaking trying this. No way, it's not bad. It doesn't have that pear freaking smell that freaking they promised me, but hey, that's what up. I
also really like the Something That's Killing the Children foil cover.
Yes.
For issue 1. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that's a little frustrating right now is that there's a whole bunch of second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. That's like what's the 8th print of the fucking first joint, right?
I like the Spawn one too. The Spawn thank you variant.
Well, which one, man? Because there's you're talking about the store variant, right?
Yeah.
So this is not it. Actually, I got it.
That's the one I'm talking about, Lucas. That's the one I saw.
Well, see, here we go.
Local comic shop day one.
Right. So there's this one, right, which has all the local comic book stores except for my freaking store for some reason. I guess I'm not worthy yet. They had all those on there, and which is cool is that even on the back,
that's dope.
They have stores. So I would say if your store has been around for more than a year and you've been buying their stuff, and your name's not on here, you need to raise some heck. Like, hey, Ty, what's going on, man? And but there's that one, and then there was this one, which had a bunch of the artists that had almost all of the artists that had worked on Spawn, but there was one, but this one was Virgin. As far as it didn't have that Spawn logo.
That would be dope to get signed. Yeah,
exactly. And I've seen books like that where they've got the
Spider-Man
like one, and then there's like that's like a grail to get like every single person that's on that joint to freaking sign it.
It's hundreds and hundreds.
Exactly. So
Did,
I
did
don't.
that start with the ASM 700 Skyline?
Yeah. That was the
I
Okay.
first
think
one.
so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Man, I'm kicking myself for never picking that one up. Like, I found it at the first one of the first conventions when I got back into comics again. And I was like, it's a little high for it because I think it was like 30, $40 at the time. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna pass on it.
Yeah.
You weren't
Yeah.
in that New Year state of mind yet. Man, freaking that can be freaking crushing, man. Where you just weren't in that like I still remember freaking Baltimore Comic Con, man. Somebody offered me to sell me a Hulk 181 freaking for $300. And the only thing it was like a Marvel stamp missing. I was like, no, I can't freaking do that, man. It's like $300 now. Look at it, it's worth freaking thousands, man.
Yeah.
And it was a good
Even
looking
with that
copy
missing,
too.
yeah, even with that missing stamp too.
And so the I don't know if you guys covered it on the top 10 or if anybody else has covered it. It's some interesting news about. I mean, I haven't watched this week's what you call it, freaking Mandalorian, but they're saying that the name of the kid is called Grogu.
Grogu.
Grogu,
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Is
Yeah.
is that a big thing? And which I think it is, only because there's been a whole bunch of printed stuff like all over the place, but nothing with his actual name on it.
I mean, it's a big deal that we know his name, but it's not really that big of a deal. Like, it doesn't harken back to anything that I know of. I'll be honest, I felt like Mandalorian was very lackluster. It was like meh. I was expecting like really iconic Ahsoka stuff, and it was kind of weird because they opened with her and they showed her doing this stuff, fighting in the forest and fighting these guys and that are shooting at her. And it felt very underwhelming. Like, it just didn't feel like what we were all kind of like. You remember, like, there's certain scenes like in Game of Thrones when you're all watching it, you're waiting for it, and like it happened, everybody started clapping like fuck yeah, like it didn't feel like that for anything in Ahsoka, especially in the beginning. I mean, there was a couple parts, like, I know when you saw the owl, if the people saw it, they kind of liked that, and there was a couple things, but other than that, like, I was expecting, like, this is Filoni wanting to do his character that he helped create, that is his pride and joy. He's gonna make it just the most amazing, like, just amazing moments after amazing moment after amazing moment, and it didn't feel like that. I mean, it was cool. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't not cool. It was very cool. It just didn't feel. It was underwhelming.
Right.
So
And that's the thing that I was worried about with season 2 is that there was going to be a lot. They just weren't going to be able to recapture that same magic from season 1 because number one, the people just blew them. They just blew everybody away with the fact that you had the freaking Baby Yoda because there's a whole bunch of mystery behind it. But now you got to freaking try and replicate that same magic in
They're
season 2.
replicating it. They're beating it. I mean, even the shitty episodes are good. I think that Mandalorian, like, I'm just hoping that it doesn't have the Game of Thrones thing happen where it's amazing until the last, like, episode or the last season and just ruins all of this amazingness. But they're doing a really good job, and you can see they're setting it up for spin-offs. Obviously, Ahsoka's going to get her spin-off. Boba Fett's going to get a spin-off. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Thrawn, Ezra spin-off, or Sabine spin-off, a Bo-Katan maybe spin-off, or like, there's going to be spin-off heavies. I don't know if there's going to be that many, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get 2 or 3 of them out of this.
Yeah, they just got to be careful because once they got to that saturation point, with Han Solo, right? People were just sick of it, right? They were like, why are we getting a Han Solo prequel? They didn't want to hear it and everything.
Yeah.
So they got tread lightly, right?
Well, Rosario Dawson and Jason, I agree with you that Rosario nailed it. Rosario did a great job. She was awesome, and there were some scenes that were really good, like when she was connecting with the child, and at the end when they were flying off, and you see her turn around and walk away, and there were some really good scenes, and Rosario was amazing. It just didn't feel as exciting as I hoped Ahsoka's entrance was going to be. You know what I mean? Like, I expected like some really cool thing where all of a sudden you see those two lightsabers go in the dark, like it's some major pivotal scene, you know. I was expecting something like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of like just like threw in an intro, and it's like, here she is, and it's like kind of like, oh, you could have built that up so much better to like something epic, and then it's just like kind of like, here it is on silver platter, and it's like kind of like, oh.
Yeah,
but
it was still good though. It was good.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. Highly recommend watching.
It was kind of weird. Michael Baine's role, I think that's how you say his name, Bain, the guy who played in Aliens and in Navy SEALs. I love that actor back in the day in the early 90s. But his role in this episode was really weird, man.
Hey, so did any of y'all catch the whole thing about? So I know, because I've been talking about the fact that Disney bought out the rights for like Alien and Predator. I think it was just Aliens. I'm not sure about Predator, but at least Aliens.
Yeah,
right?
Predator too.
And then ever since that news is caught, I'm seeing a lot of more of that stuff integrated into some of the Star Wars stuff. So for instance, in one episode they had the whole egg that looked exactly like a freaking alien egg, and then in the it wasn't this past issue, but it was the last episode where they had the face hugger freaking just all over fucking Baby Yoda's face, like boom, right there. And that is almost like freaking a great freaking homage to the whole thing so
that's exactly what it was. Yeah, 100%. I guarantee that's what it was.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to TWK hailing from freaking Singapore. Man, we need to freaking hook up, man. There's some business we need to freaking hook up with Singapore, especially some of them hot ass honeys who are happen to be artists out there, man. Freaking shout out to my girl freaking Rochelin, who just got a cover that's way better than anything that Peach Mocha's putting out. Freaking Joe Goster and Joseph and Jason Murbaugh, freaking shout out to you freaking guys. You guys are my MVP for the freaking pull box. As the Recycle says, Disney bought both Predator and freaking that is a game changer right there. That is freaking an interesting thing, because let's be straight, man. Freaking for the last couple ones that I've seen, it just doesn't have that same magic. Maybe it's because they just don't have that Sigourney Weaver character that's just a strong freaking character. I forget the name of the one that they had, that latest one they had, Winona Ryder. I think that was the name of it. She just didn't do it, man. She just, I don't know what it was, but she just didn't freaking do it for me. But
that's Sigourney. Yeah, that Ripley role is iconic, bro.
Yeah,
iconic.
A couple weeks ago, I just rewatched Aliens 1 with my kid, man, and I couldn't figure out how much. I was like, how am I not watching this every week? That was just so good. And then when I watched Aliens 2, so I need to get up and watch the other ones. But
I love Aliens 2 more than Aliens 1. I know that's sacrilege, but I remember growing up seeing Aliens 2 for the first time, and me and my brother and all my friends, we all would play like we were the Aliens crew, and we were, somebody would have to be what was the dude that Bill Paxton played? What was his name?
It was not the robot.
Not the robot. The guy he was the dickhead. Anyways, nobody ever wanted to be him because he was a dickhead. But I remember playing Aliens and shit. Like that movie was so good, man. When I was a kid, so good. I remember going to the theater to see a double feature. I think it was Aliens and Terminator, and we went because my friend's mom, who was a massive fan of Sigourney Weaver and Linda Hamilton. Like those two roles were so iconic. And it was the first movie I'd ever been in where they were yelling, as she was yelling at the screen, telling her how badass she is. And like, I'd never been in a movie theater where they're yelling at the screen. It was so funny, man. It was so cool.
You must have went in the ghetto, straight ghetto.
Oh, they were African-American family, man.
Straight ghetto,
100%, man. It was interesting, and I just remember her fucking loving Sigourney Weaver and Linda Hamilton like they were the greatest things since sliced bread, man. So,
what's going on, Mama Comic? Let me know if you want to hop on. We'd love to have you. Papa HD1 says Disney bought the 20th Century Fox, which includes Alien, Predator, and Avatar.
Crazy.
So So that's really interesting because Avatar, people really aren't a little happy with the way they've been treating that property right now.
It's
So they
slow
want to go ahead.
going, but it's coming. I mean, they're filming shit underwater, like literally filming it underwater.
Oh, that sounds bad.
So yeah, I mean, if they could fix that, if we could speed that up a little bit,
Shout out to Ultra Maximus, who sent me a really badass cut scene from Avatar where they're taking ayahuasca like substances and they have a DMT trip, and it's really cool. If you guys haven't seen it, go see it. It's like a Avatar DMT scene, something like that. It's really cool.
Man, that shit is nuts though. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Freaking, I love all these freaking comments in the freaking chat. You guys are freaking spitting some knowledge on me because this is stuff that I love. I just haven't freaking kept up on it. I've been so busy freaking with the Thanksgiving stuff. What's up, Aaron?
Is James Cameron still going to be doing Avatar?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's why it's taken so long, because he's like, he wants to do it the way, I mean, he's building these huge sets and he's building all new technology because like 90% of the movie is filmed underwater. So
he's getting ready to pump out another $1 billion movie. I mean, that's just what it is. And he knows see, here's a great thing about him. He knows that if he takes his time, he knows for a fact that he can beat those freaking Marvel numbers. He knows it. Right.
Oh yeah.
With all the care and the story and narrative that he puts into the stories, he knows for a fact that he can beat freaking Marvel.
But he's losing time on our memories. So
exactly.
Like there's a lot of people that are gonna forget that movie or have never seen that movie who are gonna be, movie going age. And because it's been so long, I mean, it's kind of like what's going on with Wonder Woman and Black Widow. I mean, we were talking last week if we really even care about those movies anymore because it's been so long since they were supposed to be out.
Well, that movie came out in 2009.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's 11 years ago. I'm surprised people still care about it.
Yeah, I mean, and when they come back, there's going to be so much pressure for the licensing and toys and all that other stuff. You're not just going to be able to rest in the laurels of a freaking great story. They're going to want freaking toys. They're going to want freaking costumes. They want to be able to freaking cosplay. They want all that stuff. So, God bless the freaking effort he's going to have to put in to make all that stuff happen. Patrick Melrano says he thinks that Avatar 2 and 3 will flop hard. So is there a 3 already planned? I'm not tracking.
They're filming them both at the same time, I believe.
Really? Ooh, that's gonna be tough because I mean that's kind of the formula right now. That Marvel did, right? They film stuff, right, and then they wouldn't put it necessarily in that same movie that was coming out, but they would save that footage for later. And
they're saying it's 2 is close to being finished, and they're saying that maybe December of 2022.
Oof.
And they're getting ready, and it's almost finished. So I mean,
a year of editing, if not more.
So they're probably just started post-production not too long ago or something. But James Cameron came out and said, "Now that doesn't mean I have an extra year to finish the film because the day we deliver Avatar 2, we'll just start working on finishing Avatar 3. So." A new Avatar movie will follow every other year, all the way until Avatar 5 on December 22nd, 2028.
So taking the Star Wars formula.
Yeah, why not, man? Why not?
So Cover Level Comics says maybe now the Xenomorphs can evade Panorama and the Predators kill everyone except Sigourney Weaver. So I forget who it was that's been ordering that stuff, but somebody's been ordering a bunch of the screenplays. I think it's that IDW puts out. So I really need to read that stuff to see what's going on because all I know is that on the back end, I'm seeing a whole bunch of xenomorph toys, right? There's like xenomorph freaking elephants, xenomorph freaking rhinos, and all this other freaking crazy stuff, and all types of silver and chrome queens that I've never seen before. And there's classifications of xenomorphs from like bees to soldiers, so all this other crazy stuff. So there's something definitely that they got planned going on that I just haven't seen in the movies. So I'm wondering if that's something that I should be investigating. But
I think that.
right now I'm an alien nut. So except for actually reading anything.
Do you think that we're gonna see? We could see them bring in the alien/predator with the Venom stuff and the symbiote stuff they're doing, and Donny Cates. You know,
I would hope they do that, right? In fact, I'm getting ready. I'm going to talk about that later on tonight, whenever I get everybody squared away. Um, but yeah, it would only make so much sense to because there's so much stuff to talk about the void and these really black, freaking dark creatures that freaking just take over the freaking light. So it would only make sense if they went ahead and freaking grabbed it. And once again, I freaking talked about that like no, remember who I think we all talked about it like maybe a couple months ago. It was like, hey, it would kind of make sense that they did, and they were like, well, no, it looks like the direction they might be going is doing the whole Star Wars thing, right? Because Nell caught that one thing in a trailer. Turned out it wasn't, according to Donny Cates. But it would be cool if they did, right? It would be one way to help fix it. Papa HG1 says, too bad Disney doesn't have Terminator. Would love to see Aliens versus Predator versus Terminator movie. I don't know if I'm ready for that one.
That might be a bit overkill.
Yeah, that might be a little too much overkill. I mean, I would rather we do a DC Marvel freaking crossover before we do anything like that. So hold
That'd
on,
be pretty interesting.
let me hold on. I'm trying to freaking get Blue Green in here.
So here's the one of the crazy things. I'm gonna jump back to Mandalorian spec real quick. One of the things that blew me away that I never thought. My homie Keith, who's my best friend, who also co-hosts the podcast with me, way back when they first announced the child, he said, "You watch, he's gonna turn out to be like Sith." And they're kind of teasing that with these next episodes. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes, if there's some type of Sith play in there.
Because I mean, and that would make sense because he's so powerful, just as a little one. Yet he doesn't have anybody to really direct him on how he's supposed to be using it. He's just using it for whatever, man. He's already killed so. First of all, he killed one of the last species that one huge freaking rhino type mammoth freaking thing, and then he almost wiped out the whole freaking species of another one, all except for like one, right? So he's in Baby Yoda. I mean, you can't really fault babies because babies are babies, but you know what? He's in don't give a fuck mode, and he's just freaking going on. And he has nobody to actually direct him. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I think this next episode will answer a lot of your questions, though. So you'll have to watch it.
I really need to freaking get on that, but unfortunately I gotta wait for wife and kids to freaking let me watch it. I can't freaking just watch shit on my own.
Watch it twice, bro. Watch it twice.
Yeah, just you already know what the surprise faces are gonna be, so and you can practice.
All right, hey, I would like to welcome Blue Green Artifacts to the freaking show. Thanks for hopping on with us, man.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, Blue Green?
Chilling.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays.
Oh yeah, brother.
Happy Thanksgiving.
See, now I don't feel so bad because I was feeling bad that I was going to put up my little freaking tree, my Christmas tree and everything, but I haven't gotten that freaking set yet. So I'm glad that I'm not the only one hasn't got my shit set yet. I promise for the next show I'm gonna have that shit set. But let's see. So what's been up, Blue Green? What you been getting on in this week? Any freaking good books or anything that you picked up?
I haven't made it to the LCS. I did. I both pre-order and go to my LCS, so I got a nice big box today of some stuff from last week, I guess. So yeah, I'm sitting here listing books to sell, trying to figure out what to hold on to, what to put on the market, and
shit, sell everything. Sell everything. Get rid of everything. Right?
Yeah, honestly.
Don't freaking listen to your
there's
freaking
some
heart.
Stuff. I don't know if it's the time to sell some stuff, man. Like,
yeah,
right.
All right. So what's the first? Let's go. I'm gonna open up my first Drunken purchase. This is shit that I just freaking purchased. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Let me just fucking take this fucking sticker off. Like, I don't know why people fucking put these fucking stickers on the front of this shit. This is, I think this was a hot book maybe a month ago or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice book.
Last card.
Ooh, nice.
Or
Yeah.
I love the boss logic stuff, and I love it when it's different. And that's different.
that's a beautiful cover. So, Lucas, have you been reading all the dark or the death metal stuff?
I tried to, man. I would try to keep up with it. But, you know, they've got too many storylines and events going on right now. In between that and the Three Jokers and Punchline stuff, man, it's too much. So I think the last one that I need to read is the one with what's his freaking name, Lobo, where Lobo's on the freaking cover. I think I need to pick up with that one, and then I'll be straight. But otherwise, it's just like a whole bunch of stuff that's just happening for no reason whatsoever.
Like, is there anything in this run that's gonna like last time we got, Batman Who Laughs? Is there anything coming out of this?
Everybody was hype on Robin King for a second, right? That was about it.
It's quick.
And so far, I haven't seen anything else, right? Because and that's fine, right? I don't need 1,000 new characters to pop off. If you can give me at least one new character, that's a pop off. That's gonna be good to hold on to. I'll be happy.
Right.
But so far we got two, right? We got the new Batman Who Laughs, and we got Robin King, and we got that the Batman Dinosaur, and we got the Batman Gotham. So that was pretty interesting. I don't think people's picked up a lot on that, but that's a whole thing. Ultra Maximus en route, 290 Georgia Miles left.
I wonder if he'll still be on.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see if we can keep the show going until he freaking gets home.
That'd be pretty amazing. I mean, it would surprise him.
People forget that when we freaking first started the show, we would go for 8 hours.
That's true. That's very true.
8 freaking hours. So, hey, what's going on, Chris Colbert? Freaking nice to see you freaking hanging in there. Nice to see that a lot of people haven't killed over from food poisoning, from trying adventurous stuff.
Waking up from their food coma as well. I have a Drunken pickup for comics. So I just opened this box. It looks like I picked up a all new Wolverine 19, 1 in 25.
Is that Porky Pig on the left hand side?
It kind of looks like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's 3 pigs on there. Oh, they're guys in masks. You can see it like there's like a guy's ear.
So it looks like okay, guys, because
yeah.
First it looks like Porky Pig. Now it looks like the 3 little pigs.
Yeah.
From back in the day.
Here's this Something Is Killing the Children foil cover. Jenny Friesen.
Beautiful cover.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Amazing Spider-Man number 7. It's like a Deadpool variant. I've been trying to collect all these like Deadpool variants. Like,
blasphemy.
Yeah.
It's blasphemy.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
I think it's a 1 in 25, if I'm not mistaken. I think most of them are. And then I picked up a Beavis and Butthead issue. Does it say on here? 28, the last issue. It's supposed to have a pretty low print count or something like that. Especially with like Beavis and Butthead relaunching everything. Should be pretty
everything
nice.
90s, man. Everything 90s.
All right. I'm trying to freaking share my screen for a second. So what always befuddles me is, remember that whole thing about the bat penis. I forget which the name of that freaking book was. And
Batman Damned #1.
Yeah, and it freaking rose to like $150, and
Dropped like a
I
rock.
I sold a couple, and I was shocked that it sold for that. But now it's like down to like $50, freaking CGC 998, whatever.
Oh wow. Oh well, a bunch of those came back 9.9s and 10s.
Yeah.
So 9.8 is like the low end on that for whatever reason.
I was still selling for $150 for something that I bought I bought for like $10. Hey,
yeah.
it was like $8.99 or $10 or something like that. It was fucking ridiculously low.
Who was the artist on that besides Jim Lee? Brian.
Yeah,
Something?
Brian Capello. Is that Brian Capello?
Brian Arcilio, or I forgot how to pronounce his last name. Yeah.
Yeah, as a role, yeah.
Yeah. So I went to New York City Comic Con that year. He was upcharging how much he was signing that book for, to like $50-$60 or something like that. Just that book. Anything else, $10.
Well, I was at Baltimore Comic Con, and just to get in the line, it was $25.
What?
Like,
That's crazy.
Yeah, just to get in line for him to sign the shit, it was fucking $25.
Yeah, because that was the first con that was before that, huh? That was the first con.
Baltimore Con was usually before New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason why I bring that up is because December 1st, there's this other book coming out called Batman and Catwoman, and Bleeding Cool is making a big deal out of it because apparently freaking Batman and Catwoman, they are going to knock boots.
I heard that, yeah.
So I don't see any indications. I'm looking for indications that that's going to be a part of the Black Label, but it doesn't really say. Let's see. It doesn't say. I don't see it. It's going to be 32 pages.
I thought they were ending the Black Label. Aren't they dissolving that?
Yeah, they might as well because nobody's really reading it. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're finishing out some titles, and I think they're ending it. Or
that is so cheesy looking. Doesn't that just look cheesy?
Yes, it does.
That looks so cheesy. If you're gonna have this scene, don't make it look so goddamn cheesy. They're not gonna have sex in their uniforms like that shit.
Look, go get some of these hentai artists. Tell them, hey, we want this to look like what you guys do, and we'll be straight. Said they got this.
Is it
that
just
not
me, or
freaking?
Didn't this happen like a long time ago? Like how has it taken this long?
Yeah, because I mean, I've seen several panels of them waking up together, so I don't know why this is supposed to be a big deal right now. I'm not sure. So
that was old. That was Catwoman 1 for New 52. Is that what they're saying? That stuff's old, right?
Could be. It says it's coming December 1st.
I guess it depends on what they show. It could end up.
If it doesn't look as cheesy as that stuff up there, then great. Because that stuff up there is cheesy looking.
Oh, man. And then in the meantime, who's this Game Radar?
Of course, if she gets knocked up.
So Game Radar is saying that they're canceling The Rise of Skywalker. I'm not sure why. I personally haven't been reading it, but they're also canceling Morbius. They need to cancel that freaking Black Panther because every time I read it, I freaking want to throw up. It's just freaking no good whatsoever. And then what else are they canceling? They're canceling something else, but I can't remember what the name of it is. See, Rise of Excalibur and more. So it looks like they haven't put out the titles. See, it was 3 limited series: Amazing Spider-Man at Daily Bugle. Okay. Robert E. Howard's Dark Agnes and the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker adaptation. Does anybody care about any of these freaking titles that they felt they had to make an announcement for?
No. I wonder if any of them were good. If anybody was reading them, was reading those titles at all, let us know.
Isn't that kind of Marvel's strategy, though? I mean, aside from their flagship stuff, if you have a run of 12 issues, that's a long run now. It's like everything's just 8 issues, 6 issues, 15 issues.
Yeah, you're right.
They're gonna launch a new title, like Marvel, whatever.
Yeah, they'll probably relaunch Morbius when the movie comes out.
All right,
or they could do like a huge like Rise of Villains thing because they cancel Doom, Doctor Doom, not too long ago.
I think that got canceled too.
Yeah.
The Spawn movie, which I almost forgot about because it's been so long since I've heard any news about it. They're saying it's coming straight to HBO Max. I haven't even heard about them shooting anything.
If that's gonna happen, that is fucking great. That is the best thing that could have happened. Let's do a series, man. That's awesome.
They might as well,
Did they
right?
say movie or
Yeah.
series?
It's a movie.
Which production studio does it say? Which production studio is doing it? Because didn't they like have a fallout with whoever had them originally that was doing all those like horror films?
Oh, Blumhouse.
I don't remember.
Blumhouse is great. I mean, they've been putting out some quality stuff lately. Did you guys see their Fantasy Island that they did? It was a little complicated at the end, but the stuff that was leading up to was freaking absolutely great. And that's for my old ass that used to actually watch fucking Fantasy Island. That's just coming from an OG. Now they need to freaking take on Dynasty, and I'm gonna be happy as a motherfucker.
They should do adaptations of those Blumhouse movies, man. Comics, I mean.
And then let's see. Actually, let's go back to that one. And then the next one, and this is the last one I'm going to do unless somebody else freaking tells me something else.
Did they on the Spawn? Have they? I know they've talked about casting. I know they've thrown out who did they mention last? Like
Jamie Foxx, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's doing it anymore.
And then Renner's supposed to play Twitch, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah, I think it's a different actor now, huh? It has to be because I thought.
I kind of think it should be.
Well, I think Jamie Foxx backed out or something.
I haven't heard anything about that. Not that I know of.
I mean, Jamie Foxx has been doing so many other projects that's been on Netflix, so
There's so many.
I can't tell what's going on.
Who could pick that up? You know.
Well, the Spawn is supposed to be like the boogeyman in this. It's not supposed to be like, a major character other than like he's out there and he's gonna be in the shadows. It's more like a Seven style detective movie.
Right. It's supposed to be focused on those two detectives. I forget what their names are. Yeah.
Interesting.
Which is awesome. That sounds great. That the type of character Spawn is, he should be the boogeyman. He should be,
Yeah,
like Batman, that people are afraid of him.
Yep. Sometimes more is less is more, man.
Yes, that's Alfred Hitchcock was the master at that.
Oh yeah.
Has Todd McFarlane ever been involved in any other movie production stuff?
I don't think so, right? Other than the other Spawn.
It always makes me a little nervous when creators, like even authors of books, when they get too involved in the movie. Sometimes they I don't know, don't let the director have a vision. You know what I mean? Like they I don't know, micromanage whatever it is. Like Stephen King did that for his movies for ages. He's better off if he just lets somebody else control.
Well, you know why he had to do that, right? Because after he saw what the fuck happened to The Shining, he was like, yo, you can't, I mean, as good as The Shining was, he was like, I mean, if you read the book and then freaking look at what happened inside the movie, you're like, what the fuck is that? They're not even freaking close.
Yeah.
I mean, they tried to rectify it in the last joint. What's his name? Dr. Sleep, right? They try to rectify all that stuff, but nah, man, freaking. I forget the name of the director that fucked it all up. But once again, I'm not saying this is bad. It's a good movie on its own, but don't freaking tell me that's a freaking Stephen King shit. Can't freaking tell me. The Top Father is going to just go out of his hands, though.
Lets the director, have their own vision too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not gonna happen. Todd's gonna. He's always said that he wanted to have control over that, and I think that's the reason why it's taken so long, because he's like, he doesn't want to.
Oh, he doesn't want to give up.
Yeah.
That's what makes me nervous, though, because he's not a filmmaker. Like, it might suck.
Yep, you're right. You're 100% right.
But he is great at imagery, right?
Yeah.
He knows if you can't take anything away from somebody, is that that at the end of the freaking scene, you want this to be the iconic imagery that everybody's left with, that's one place to freaking start. And then if you just freaking totally go over that, just like we're not gonna because we don't have time for that, then that's gonna piss that comic book artist off. Like I mean, or that the person who built it. And that's the whole thing that made Spawn that great is because it has so many images and so many covers that were just freaking great. That were just so ahead of their freaking time that nobody else was freaking doing, except for Todd McFarlane when he was working for Marvel. That they were just standing on. That's why they're still successful today because they remember that.
Right.
Just remember the imagery. So Jamie Foxx said he is behind the Spawn movie and wants to play Spawn and a Blumhouse production. Once again, yeah, that should be interesting. Frank Miller, yep, Frank Miller. Frank Miller. That's another great freaking example of some of a freaking person who's comic book stuff is when you see the comic book stuff, you're like, okay, that is freaking Frank Miller. But when it translates over to the movie, because that artist is not so integrated into that process, it just gets blown over. Oh, we can make the feeling. They think they can just go with the music and the feeling of it, but if you don't freaking hone in on that particular image that artist loved, then you're just freaking missing the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, and then where is that other joint? Plague Spawn. We're gonna get into that later, I think, today because there is an FOC happening on Monday. That should be pretty interesting. And I think Plague Spawn might be. I can't remember if Plague Spawn is a part of this FOC or if it's another FOC later on in the month. I can't remember. I'll take a look at it. But this was an interesting thing from Games Radar. I didn't get a chance to see if the numbers were true, but they are claiming that because of the Symbiote Spider-Man Kingdom Black, a particular comic book rose up and freaking got some good prices. Actually, I did get to look at the numbers, and I'm saying no, because it was actually going up before then, and I took a look at the comic book, and once again, I want to talk about. In fact, I'll talk about that now. If anybody doesn't have any freaking thing to talk about this article right now, nope. All right. So let me fill out this.
That was Brian. That was the book you guys were just talking about on the other show, right?
Yep.
All right. So the this whole Exoswords is coming to a close or it's already ended, and I know I had several questions going into it. It was a freaking great setup. But one of the main questions that I always had was what happened to the summoner, right? And because at some point in the tournament, Wolverine and him fought. Wolverine killed his ass. And the other thing is that sword, right? The sword is called the Colony. It looks very similar to the all black sword that Nala and freaking Helena have been freaking waving around. Okay, the tournament's ended. Where the hell is the sword? We don't freaking know right now. And in the meantime, also where's the summoner? Some of the characters are already freaking coming back, or there's been indications that those guys are coming back. As I was doing some of my research for that stuff and going back and reading some of that stuff, I found these characters called these characters from the country or the planet of Mercator. Apparently, this Mercator was formerly populated by these people or these beings called the Telementus. They just came in, they freaking kicked them out or whatever, and these Telementus, they were just beings of light. I thought that was pretty interesting. We don't know. They don't know where this is. It's kind of hard to get to. It's kind of in the void, out of the void. And at some point, this thing that was a big thing of light, and these beings that were part of life, all of a sudden this darkness came over them, and just freaking kicked them out and freaking took it over. That always freaking kicks me off and freaking reminds me of what's going on with Mel. It can the master right now of the Mercator is this guy named Absalon Mercator. He was rolling with freaking with Apocalypse for a while, or we're not actually sure. I'm not going to say this positive, but when Saturnine did address Mercator, she said, "Hey, tell Mr. M that I don't like what he's doing and I'm coming to visit soon." Now, the Mr. M that we do know of is that there is an Absalom Mercator. He almost died messing around with Apocalypse right now. He has showed up before, but we're not actually sure. But that's who I think it is, or it might be some other freaking being that's out there. So another thing that was interesting is I'm wondering what's going on with these cards, because the cards that were drawn by Center Nine was supposed to be a big thing. One of the biggest cards is this card here with Apocalypse and his wife Genesis. Right, they were supposed to fight each other, and that was the big piece of this whole thing. But another thing that I also noticed is that inside of this card, there's this figure up above, which is Death, and there's this rainbow thing that's right over there. And that rainbow thing with the orange and red and freaking whatever colors reminds me of this guy, who is Death as well. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So I'm thinking maybe that whatever's happening, that Death would reign over their marriage or whatever thing they got going on. So I think that's something to explore later. Another thing that was interesting was that the card that Storm drew was that she was going to be Death. So, and this says that she is going to become Death, and she's going to be leading the beings of Death. The beings of Death, or who cannot die, come from this place called the Svelith. Now, when Death was killed inside the tournament, he became the ruler of Svelith. So that would kind of match up with what's going on in this card. So this little thing right here could be Storm, and that above her might be a combination of this character of Death right now. And that kind of confirms what's going on with Marauders number 14. This is one of the covers of Marauders number 14, which never actually happened inside that book. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Interesting.
The other thing that's happening that's interesting, that's the thing that's happening with that card is that when Apocalypse first happened upon his kids, these children, he asked them, "What happened to my wife? What happened to Genesis?" And they said, "Well, your mother, your summoner told me that she's gone and destroyed. She fell under the Twilight Blade." So they specifically said she's dead. She's freaking killed. Well, who the heck is this new Genesis that's coming up? Is it the same Genesis, or is it somebody else? I think it's somebody else. I think that there's some trickery going on. It just hasn't been revealed. Apart from that, interesting thing is there's some imagery that's very similar to some of the stuff that we've seen and all through the Exosaurus. This, I believe, was in Power of X number 3. This is Apocalypse with Mora McTaggart. And they are leaving this place called Emeth, right, which is the House of Death, right? So the cover to the right is the third printing of the Power of X number 3 of her in the Apocalypse suit. I thought that was pretty interesting because Mora's been trying. She's been trying to assure the future of the mutants, but she's had to go back and forth in between time and space and everything. And she's been trying. She's tried 1,000 times. So finally, she decides the only way to make this happen is she's got to meet up with Apocalypse and freaking kind of get into his world. Now, it's kind of interesting the way he has her in his hand and everything, but the thing she's actually in his coffin of death, right? The coffin that Death is usually in, she was now in that coffin, and Wolverine had to go in, grab her out, freaking put this freaking crystal that Apocalypse makes, which is explaining where it comes from before, and then after she's got the crystal of memory, she freaking kills her and sends her on his way to the next life. Hey, what's going on, Core? So I'm kind of wondering from this, is the new Genesis one of Moira McTaggart's lives, right? Before we saw that they're trying to cap it off at like 9 or 10. I don't believe so. I think there's actually something more going on. I'm just thinking, and I'm thinking wildly with this indication. I'm thinking that maybe she at one point becomes Genesis, or maybe she was already Genesis, because that was another question that we always had. Okay, Moira McTaggart, she's been trying to be in and out. Maybe she was already here, and she was already here as Genesis, with her face covered by the Annihilation helmet.
That would be crazy.
Here's the interesting thing. If you look really closely at this thing, because this was supposed to map out the lives of Moira McTaggart. If you're a freaking Greek freaking student of the whole old Greek alphabet, you could specifically see that there's omega signs in there, and this freaking doesn't end right here at the life 10. There's another page where it freaking just goes on, and it freaking doesn't detail what's going on with her life. Now, somebody might have to explain to me what I forgot to look up what the alpha sign looks like, but I'm pretty sure that if you look close enough, it's probably in here somewhere. And I forget where this freaking thing is. It might have been in Power X number 3 or number 4 or something like that, but I thought that was pretty interesting. And that's that coffin that I was talking about that Moira was in. So Moira inside this coffin now becomes Death.
Destroy a world.
And that's the crystal that Apocalypse somehow built. It wasn't. It might have been explained that, but I probably didn't grasp it. That he shoved into freaking Moira, and this is from Apocalypse that she needed to go on and freaking finish the thing. And I thought it was pretty interesting. Look at her skin. Her skin is now blue, and it kind of matches the blue skin of Apocalypse, which would match the skin of Genesis from that card earlier. So if you're interested in, because the whole Moira McTaggart book, this is her first appearance on Cunning X-Men number 96. That picked up for a while, but now it's back down, right? People forgot about this book. People didn't care about this book because, once again, when she disappeared, where is she? Do we care about her? Well, I'm saying that she's been in this the whole time. She's been in the background somewhere, somehow. But I just don't want people to forget about it, and then all of a sudden she pops up again definitively, and we forgot about this book. And this is just an analysis of what's been going on with it. Like December 2019, or excuse me, November 2019. That's when it freaking skyrocketed, and then it skyrocketed again around between September and October, and now it's back down again. So, if you're looking for some cheap copies, there might be some out there. It looks like the average price sold was $82.46. So it's not a bad freaking book that you might want to freaking pick up.
I wonder what those sales for $1,000 or more. Those are 9.8s.
It might be. I might have to do some research and freaking check that out.
That's some deep.
So this is kind of out of order, but the one book that I did freaking pick up, or not picked up, but freaking kind of hone in on is, and I think we actually talked about this last week, was I forget what her name was, the new Wonder Woman who's going to get her own freaking TV show. First appearance hasn't even happened yet, but this was the first appearance isn't next week. It's actually in this book, which was supposed to be a free book at your local comic book store, and apparently there was a one per store retailer variant out there. So if you saw this or you had get a chance to, freaking go ahead and make sure you pick up that book. This is the DC Nature President's DC Future State, and from what Ultra Maximus was telling me is that you got to make sure that it has that nice black cover or line around it. Okay, so this comes back to that article. Let's see. Where do I start?
By the way, I want to go back to that Future State stuff later on. But
okay, absolutely, man. So that article was talking about the Symbiote Spider-Man #1 that came out last week, and there was a character called Mr. E. Mr. E's first appearance was the Captain Marvel Spotlight #9, Captain Universe, and that was his first appearance. And I read the book and I thought it was kind of interesting because, yes, that character Mr. E, he does have a lot of similarities to the Clintar, the symbiotes that Null controls and everything. He's a shadowy figure. When you touch him, he can freaking cover up light. He can freaking make things cold. He can freaking kill it however he wants. It's pretty interesting. But what I found more interesting was, and this goes back to my whole thing about the Mercator, as that he can make all of a sudden darkness just cover up the sun or the light source and just freaking black it out. And that's Mr. E. That's fine. Pretty interesting stuff. 'Cause once again, been tracking the whole thing with swords and everything. But what's even more interesting is this little piece right here. Captain Universe is trying to battle it out with Mr. E. He's freaking Mr. E has got the freaking putting the hands on him. He's freaking strangling it. He's freaking getting him to tap out. But all of a sudden, he gets his hand on this thing, and it's called the
Power.
Yeah, the Unipower, right? So he flips open the little magnetic casing. He flips it open, and this this Unipower freaking just scares the crap out of freaking Mr. E and freaking gets him out of there. And that's what saves the day. So apparently, this Unipower was like a thing, right? And this is not the first or the last freaking time that it showed up. So it kind of brings me back to the things that Wraith was talking about with his dad, that there was this one little light source, and that light source was able to freaking take over the darkness and make all the darkness go away. So, and this Unipower is not just delegated to this one person; it can be handed from person to person, and that's what can be used to battle the darkness. So, I'm thinking, okay, if we're going to be talking about gods of light, I'm kind of weirded out that nobody freaking's been hunting for the whole thing about what's going on with it. Why isn't this being brought up more? Or maybe it has. Maybe I'm just freaking daft or whatever. But I think that the whole power thing should be a bigger thing being talked about. And I think that's why Symbiote Spider-Man #1 should be more interesting. But the thing is, we're concentrating on Marvel Spotlight #1 when in fact the first appearance of the Unipower was in Micronauts #8. Just saying. Not saying that everybody should pick it up. I'm just saying that's where this thing picked up, and it's happened before. It's been in a lot of storylines. I wouldn't be surprised if this shows up again. As Symbiote Spider-Man is trying to freaking bat off Mr. E, that means Symbiote Spider-Man has to find some type of light source to battle Mr. E off, right? So is the Power going to show up in some of the later storylines? I would think so. I would think that would make sense. So I think that's something that people might want to freaking take a look at, pick it up.
Go back to the one that has the cover of the book that everybody's specking on right now.
That one is this one
right there.
Yeah.
You see, I just was looking at that. So the design of the eyes, it's almost like the like the original Venom had the Spider-Man eyes. You know what I mean? The shape of the eyes. It just makes me wonder if Todd McFarlane way back when saw this comic or saw this image at all when he did any of his designs. I don't know. Maybe not.
Could be. It could be. I wouldn't put it past him if he can swipe somebody's eyes or swipe evil eyes, But I know there's been so many different examples of the dark shadowy figure coming out of nowhere, out of the void or whatever, to be able to do anything, and superhero can't do anything about it except for the light has to battle the dark and all that other stuff. So
right.
And I forget, there was a later comic book in which they were able to establish that this Mr. E and all this other stuff either went to Clintar or came back from Clintar and all the other stuff. So that was a different connection. So that would be interesting. See, in the chat, Zorius Tigers are saying there was supposed to be a more X-Men off book, but I think they counted it, which is a shame, right? Because they really need to freaking go ahead and freaking get more into that. The new Wonder Woman is in Wonder Woman and Wonder #4. Is that the one that's coming out, or I hope that's not where they're talking about her as a little girl playing on the freaking beach? Oh, we're not freaking doing that whole thing. Yeah, because I think that was comicbook.com that for some reason said that this little dark-skinned girl for some reason is her. She wasn't named, or none of that stuff. So I don't. I don't know why they would say that. And then Patrick Milano says we hope that's her in the annual. At least I could. At least, at least he has some copies. Hey, that's what you got. That's what you got. And that's all I've got. So you said you wanted to go back to this conversation.
Yeah, future state. So I'm part of the Mr. Bolos and Simple Man Comics Discord, so we kind of share stuff here and there. Somebody posted this tonight. One of the publishers or one of the retailers who's doing a next Batman, that's one of the future state books, the next Batman retailer variant, put up a post today about the next Batman. And he said, after multiple conversations with the publisher, this character will be with us for a while in multiple mediums. I guess the writer is John Ridley from 12 Years a Slave. I think this is a Batman who's a person of color. Anyways, I mean, there's bound to be some of these, not all, but some of these characters that pop out who stick around. I think that would be any new incarnation of Batman is going to be spec'd on no matter what.
I like the Red X character more than anything.
Well, also since the Wonder Woman show is already optioned, do you think they're going to do more than 2 issues then? They're going to have to, right?
Right. So let me go back to that one. There's that, and then there's a Wonder Woman DC Future State that's coming out. So and then they're probably going to sprinkle her into like whatever else is out there. So I mean, they've got to, right? I mean, and they're going to have to sprinkle her into the current Wonder Woman somehow, right?
Yeah.
So, but
or would it be like a Harley Quinn situation where the character comes out on TV like whenever it? But I mean, even though this came out in comics, then like the comics start basing off the TV show.
I don't know, but here's what I'm sad about is that they're because that new Wonder Woman is supposed to be on CW, right?
Right.
Problem with CW is think Archie, right? Archie it was really exciting because it was dark. They try to be dark about it, but not really.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about Archie anymore. You know, it's more for teenage girls. Teenage girls don't freaking pile into the freaking comic book stores, freaking buying stuff. So, don't. I wouldn't go heavy on this. I mean, if you wouldn't go ahead and get your little $20, $30 freaking speculation, that's fine. But don't think you're going to freaking make $300, $400 off this freaking comic book, years from now.
Right.
How much money are people making off of the Signal right now, or any of these other freaking people that have been like the new Batman or the new whatever. So is this what you've been talking about, Blue Green? Ridley's Batman, another history of the DC universe are thematically different.
No, it's not that one I was referring to. This was a post from one of the retailers who's doing a retailer variant for that Future State book. It just makes me think if they're putting out a series for that Wonder Woman character and the book hasn't even really come out yet. I mean, maybe she was kind of vaguely introduced in some previous. Maybe it is like a big multimedia push. Maybe they're working on scripts for other of these characters for other. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. If they're going to have a character from Brazil, the only thing I want to see is her on the beach all the time in a bikini, freaking getting suntan oiled down. That's all I want to see. I don't want to see any other bullshit. I don't want to hear about no feminist bullshit. None of that, man.
Her party in Rio and stuff like that.
Exactly. Go for that. I'll be down for that all day, every day. Let's see. Eugene Inyong says there's a pic of the next Batman and he's African American. I'm gonna have to see that one. I mean, can't we just freaking come up with new characters? right?
Right.
They've already
Yeah.
they've already got a character who's supposed to be the next Batman, right? Or they've got a couple. They just brought out the freaking Signal, right? Well, that was a couple years ago. They haven't done shit with him since, right? Except for freaking he was whiny and all that other stuff in that freaking one Batman comic where Batman was trashing the whole city. I forget that freaking the White Knight, right? I think
Yep.
that's what it was called. That's the last time I saw him.
Yeah.
This whole heavy metal thing.
I think you're right, Lucas, because really, it's true for both of the big two. How many of the new characters are actually original characters and not just like a female Spider-Man or a young, how many are original? Like the ones that have come out, and there are some, but how many are original? The ones that everybody's specking on right now that have come out in the last 5-10 years.
Nobody. It was fine for a little while. I mean, let's see, Batman 100.
Wait, Punchline be the newest character then that everyone's specking on, kind of thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would even argue Punchline's the new, like a younger Harley,
yeah, to get in all those teenage girls that are watching Riverdale to start reading comics, right?
Yeah, but the thing is that they're trying to grab a market that it's too late, right?
Yeah,
The whole teenage girls, if they do read any comics, they're reading anime.
yeah,
That's just the way it is, right? They're not watching freaking TV. They're watching TikTok and YouTube. They're not, and if they do watch TV, it's got to be freaking anime or manga, right?
yeah,
I just talked with some of the guys that are drawing stuff, and they said they've given up on the whole freaking trying to get their stuff on TV. They said they're concentrating on getting their stuff on webtoons, and then from webtoons, it's a lot easier to get the stuff picked up for an anime freaking cartoon. It's just easier that way. And he said their fans that are reading their stuff from webtoons are a lot more rabid than anybody else. So
yeah.
so by DC trying to freaking make this Punchline a thing.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what they're thinking.
I mean, you're talking about like something that can be published like almost daily to weekly versus something that's published monthly or bi-weekly. Talking about comic books like being bi-weekly to monthly.
I mean DC could, right?
Yeah.
If they really wanted to. I mean, freaking look at Spider-Man. He's freaking weekly. It's freaking garbage, but it's still weekly.
Yeah.
Right?
But I mean, that's the most popular character ever, so.
Yeah, I mean, just freaking you have your main character, but then you have all your little side characters that doing weird stuff, and you're freaking good, right? If you were going to do this whole Batman, I mean, this Punchline, we don't even know what the whole deal with Punchline is. We don't know what her whole background is. She went to college, she went crazy, she found the Joker, and that was it. That's not a character trait. That's just bad habits.
Yeah. Those are just events that happen in your life. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating. I still can't find. Can any of you guys find this next Batman freaking photo? Batman, Future State, the next Batman by Art.
In chat, T is saying that it's on the Frankie's Comics, and that was the retailer I was talking about. The Frankie's Comics, probably their Facebook page.
Yeah, I mean this. My searching skills are garbage right now. So Frankie's. Whatever happened to Batman 38 and that kid? Was that the kid that was called Bruce Wayne or something like that? Because there was a kid called
Thomas.
Oh yeah, was it Thomas Wayne or was it Bruce Wayne?
Duke Thomas.
Duke, yeah, Duke Thomas.
Was that from the New 52 run?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I found this right.
21 issue 21, I think, or something like that. Batwing 19.
I think I found those for like $4, like at a comic book shop, and then it was a half off sale on top of that.
Yeah, I can't see that that Batman. I don't see that anywhere.
Yeah, it is on the if you go on the Frankie's Comics, I'm looking at it right now, the Facebook page.
I'm finally starting to get orders then from Frankie's, like that I ordered like in March, May, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where it's like, did I order this? Oh, I did, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of places send out shit take a little too long to send out shit sometimes.
Yeah.
I remember I went to one Baltimore Con and I submitted my stuff to CBCS at Baltimore Con, and Baltimore Con is like in September, I believe. I didn't freaking get my shit till fucking March that next year.
Oh wow.
The fuck is this? This is an interesting little box. Oh, this is from Frankie's Comics, believe it or not. So they got their own little box. I need to get a little personalized box.
Oh, those like new Comic Shield boxes.
Yeah,
They're
that's
pretty
exactly
nice,
what it
actually.
says.
Yeah, those are actually pretty nice, like compared to Gemini Millers, I guess. Like because they
I'm
still
gonna
fit in
save
the,
that box.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save that box. Freaking send somebody shit out in that one. Ah, okay, all right. So this was, I don't know if you guys remember this freaking cover.
Oh wow, that finally came out.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
All right, I got the pick. It looks like here. There we go.
Hold up.
Shout out to Eugene for sending me this pic. So here you go. Here, I'll share my screen. There you go.
Well, so who is this guy supposed to be? Like, I don't
Isn't
I don't
it
think we know.
Lucius Fox's son? Have you heard that?
It's some relationship to Lucius, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
Why? Why? I don't get it. Was there really a need for them to do that? Let's see. Hey, Lucy, you got some explaining to do. Why did they need? We've already got 2 to 3 other freaking. There's
Tim Fox.
There's too many Batman characters running around right now, man.
Yeah, shout out to Patrick. Looks
That's
like Patrick's Tim Fox.
That's kind of the whole point of the future state thing, though, is looking into the future, and every I think all of these characters are different versions, aren't they?
Yep.
Okay, so if that's the new guy, then that means that let's go back to, because that character is actually in that DC Future State freaking free copy. Let's see.
I haven't found through that yet. I need to. I have one. Just the basic free one.
Yeah, that's him right there.
It's cool looking design on him, that's for sure.
Do you think that book will have the kind of the same effect that Rebirth 1 had when it first came out, where it shot up like crazy, like as soon as titles started dropping, and then like kind of settled down eventually?
Well, 4 days ago, I mean, this was going for $50 already, wasn't it, Brian?
Yep.
Well, wasn't it the 1 per store? Because isn't this the copy that like?
Right.
There's a
It
black
doesn't-
one that's 1 per store, and the blue one's 10. They sent 10 to each store.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did order one of those, the 1 per, just because I wanted a copy. Is that Grifter up in the top corner?
Yeah.
Yep. I would love that to happen. More Grifter. I like
it too, yeah. I got a funny story about Grifter, man. The very first, I started collecting back in the 90s, and my very first spec book was Wildcats 1. They were in diamond. You could pre-order 100 copies, and then you would get for Wildcats, it was the gold embossed version. And I was going back and forth. Should I get 100 copies of Spawn or Wildcat? Spawn or Wildcat? And at the time, I was a bigger X-Men fan, Jim Lee. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to go Wildcats. And I swear to God, in my basement right now, I've got a box with about 63 copies left. Still sitting there.
Is it this one?
That's awesome.
Gold embossed one? I believe so, yeah. Is yours signed?
Let's see.
Mine wasn't signed.
It kind of says 5,000 copies were reduced a number with a certificate of authenticity by Jim Hanley's Universe. Exclusive source for this is Ashcans and so it doesn't say anything about being signed, and it doesn't look like it's signed. But yeah. So yeah, you got it signed.
My uncle gave me some of the action figures, and I kept them in package actually, and I just kind of like stored them away. And then when I was moving, I put one in my car, and then I just left it in my car and completely forgot about it. And it was like sitting in the back window in the back seat, and like, and then in Texas, it gets super hot in here.
Was that
so
Grifter?
like that plastic like I don't remember which character it was. It's like the green monster looking character. I don't know. I could probably find it and grab it in a second.
Yeah,
See,
so I have a vested interest in Grifter.
Okay.
Blowing up.
Eugene Young says, so if Future State Superman is John Kent, where is Damian? So
Red X.
You think
That's
he's
Damian.
Red X?
Hell yeah.
Because I know in the latest Detective Comics, I think it is, a big thing was Batman is out there looking for Damian right now after he threw hands at his dad. And his dad did not fucking kill his ass. See, that's how you know that's how you know Batman and Black man. If I can't go, son, you gonna put your hands on me? Think you're gonna come back to the house? No, that ain't happening.
Ryan, have you picked up that first Red X book?
Can't find it.
Oh, Teen Titans.
Yeah, Teen Titans Go number 21.
But that was shooting up like right before it got announced anyways, wasn't it?
It's a tough book to find because it was a kid's book.
It's going for like 100 raw.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's a great character. That Red X character is a beloved character of Teen Titans fans.
Let's see. See, now you gotta be searching for this motherfucker. First appearance says Teen Titans, the animated series, Red X1 mask.
23. There's a couple copies.
Lucas, how are you getting DC books?
Well, because I'm not. That's the thing. So what they're supposed to be doing is they're supposed to be transferring. If you were with UCS, you're supposed to be transferring UCS books over to Lunar, right? So in the meantime, for some reason, UCS they weren't sending my books out. Period. So they said they've corrected it, and I did start to see an invoice charge, and they sent out some shit the other day. So I should be receiving some backordered stuff soon. But yeah, man, freaking, it was weird because the first time that I started seeing UCS fuck up. Otherwise, they would have been perfect. They were sending out shit early. But yeah, so after that, freaking Lunar is supposed to be freaking sending out my shit. But the problem is Lunar, for some reason, they're slow on accepting some of my paperwork, and I don't know what the fuck that's all about. I done fucking sent my shit in 2 months ago. So, why? What do you need, Brian?
I want to get that Teen Titans 1 and 2 of Future State. I want that Red X cover. I want to pick up at least 10 copies of that Red X B cover and probably a couple of the A cover as well.
Is that's the card stock, right? Is that the number 1 or 2?
Number 2 is the badass one of Red X.
Okay.
But he's going to be in number 1, so it'd probably be smart to pick up a couple number 1s.
I bet there's a few retailer variants of that too.
Yeah, I really just want that Red X cover, man. That Red X cover is so awesome. It's that's probably cover of the year candidate for me now, up there for sure. It's just absolutely beautiful. They did such a good job, and it's a great character.
The next comic.
Yeah, man, those Red X comics are really hard to find.
Yep.
Especially in high grade.
You know, I think if you're persistent though and hit those kids sections and places, you'll find some of that stuff.
Probably like half price books or something.
Yeah.
Don't you have a few of those around you?
No, well, I do, but my half price books don't sell comics anymore.
The two like close to my work just shut down. I still have one in the city I live in because I live like right outside of Houston, and then I think there's a second one I could probably go visit, but it would just have to be like I was planning to go out there.
Yeah, we've got half price in Minneapolis here.
Nice.
So did anybody freaking catch any freaking good what do you call it, Black Friday freaking deals from comic book shops at all?
No, I didn't watch. I didn't really look.
There was a store that did a 24-hour sale. I won't say their name because I bought from them last year and they charged me for everything I ordered, and then I got one item. And then they just gave me store credit for the rest.
Oh yeah, no go.
Yeah, and then I saw the books I claimed later in a flaker sale, and I was like, dude, like I totally ordered that. I paid for those. Like, yeah. So I'm sure there's people that are smart enough to figure out who I bought from.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
So because in my Instagram I saw a whole bunch of people complaining about a certain shop. Freaking, I don't know what book it was, but they were saying they were selling it for $18. Like what the fuck? It just came out. I can understand like a week later where people didn't pick their shit up. But goddamn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fortunately, freaking the FOC for DC is like Friday night. I'm not sure if that's the normal thing, but their shit was Friday night. But the stuff for Diamond, that's for Marvel, IDW, Dark Horse, Boom, and all that other stuff, that's not happening until Monday at midnight. So if you guys want to get your freaking orders in or freaking to the pull box, freaking go ahead and freaking order that, start ordering that stuff now. If you're not a part of the pull box or don't know what a pull box is, let me take a couple seconds to explain that to you. So, Drunken Chat Son, we have a pull box that helps us pay some of the bills on this bitch to keep those freaking lights on, and freaking helps me freaking buy the books that I fucking want to fucking buy. In order, if you would like to freaking get a part of that, send me an email to lucas.fashina@comiccrusaders.com or lucas@drunkenchatson.com. I probably should have changed that freaking email joint right there. And then I'll freaking get you guys squared away. What does that do for you guys? Let me get Aaron's ass back in here.
My bad. I was on my work at PlaySID instead of like my home network.
What does that do for you guys? So certain times, especially when we're feeling good, freaking like if there's like these 1 to 10s, 1 to 25s, 1 to 50s, 1 to 100s, excuse me, Not the 1 to 10s. The 1 to 25s, the 1 to 50s, and 1 to 100s. What you got to do is, I don't just freaking sell you that one book. I sell you 25 books. I sell you 50 books. I'll sell you 100 books. What does that do for you? That means that you get a chance to make your freaking money back on that book, right? And that's the way you should think. The thing is, I'm not selling that to you for $3.99, $4.99. I'm selling it to you at 50% of that, so you can hopefully get your money back. At certain times when when I'm really freaking drunk, I do freaking power hour, which is where you'll freaking get those books at freaking cost. This sake ain't doing enough for me right now, so I might freaking have to go upstairs and fucking get some freaking champagne or some shit to freaking rock this shit out. But I think one of the best things that we do for everybody right now is we do go through some of this FOC shit, just to let you guys know what's coming up, what you guys might want to freaking offer or want to look at. I forget who it was that freaking hit me onto this Department of Truth #4 joint. There's some pretty good covers for this. I just don't remember the code for it.
Is that an ongoing?
But Department of Truth?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything otherwise. I mean, it just got optioned too, with like
Did
a bunch of like it got optioned pretty fast. Or a bunch of like A-list actors are talking about like, oh, I want to be an actor in this.
That's.
So I think a lot of people are buying up like all the #1s they can right now.
Yeah.
But I think issue #2 is going to be the one that you want to hold on to.
Well, I know that Mel, he's got a couple of the. Was it Department of Truth number? It might be 2 or it might be 3. The one where they're eating a baby.
Oh, that's #2, the 1 in 25.
Yeah, I ordered that. Haven't got it yet.
Are you looking for the Department of Truth incentive covers, Lucas?
Yeah. So there's this.
I'll send it to you in private chat.
Because I'm looking. I got there's the freaking code for it. Because it's interesting, right? So all the freaking codes are supposed to be right after this. So 196 was the normal joint. So 197 was one of the variants. So there should be next one should be 198, but it's not showing up.
I have.
Oh wait! View items in the series.
I just sent you the 1 in 10 and the 1 in 25 for 4. The code is 208252.
The Jeff Lemire one is interesting just because it's Jeff Lemire and his fans are rabid, and it might be worth picking up.
There's so many covers on some of these movies.
Yeah.
It's such a gamble to like, you can't, what are you going to buy, like 3 of all 7 of them?
That's hot. That's tight, though.
But shout out to Gary Nesser. He was talking about this cover earlier today.
I like that one.
Yeah,
It's just freaking free fire. Let's see. Family Tree. Give me Gideon Falls. Gideon Falls was a really good freaking series still. It started getting a little too weird for me, but it's still pretty freaking good.
What about that Champions #1 second printing variant? That's still available to order, isn't it?
Is it?
This one right here?
I don't think so. I think it's
out.
Someone said that in the chat of the top 10. I think it sold out after like 5 days, like after for the back orders.
Yeah, somebody had started talking about it, and then when I went there, I saw that it was still available, and then people kept talking about it. I went there an hour later, all of a sudden with the back order, and I haven't checked it in a while.
I just ordered one. We'll see if it comes through.
Let's see, orders.
Yeah, so in my area, I called 3 different stores to see if they had it, and they said they did not even get it. A 4th store tried to sell me a first print, and the store I normally pick up and have a pull box at, they said those were already allocated to like 2 other people that ordered them. So like my guy will pick up like 2, and then someone pre-ordered them.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm sure a lot of stores said that.
Yeah, but I mean, it upset me that like the picture wasn't even available before FOC.
Right.
Yeah.
I
So
pre-ordered a couple, but I don't see it available on the site I use anymore.
I am lost in the sauce right now. Where the fuck are you guys?
I'm on FOC. I'm looking at your FOC stuff here.
No, it's just I got too many fucking screens open, man. I can't find a fucking StreamYard shit.
oh,
Fuck. Oh god.
Are there any other second prints coming up that we should all be aware of?
for FOC,
I don't see anything on FOC. Looking at the Smuggler's Run IDW tie-in.
Ice Cream Man 22. That should be pretty interesting because it's like themed to be like Christmas, because I think it's supposed to come out around that time period, like before Christmas or like right after.
If that ever gets made, like Twilight Zone, Black Mirror kind of show, horror on the horror vein, those books are gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
Spawn number 313. That one's going to have an overship, I believe.
Is that the Plague Venom?
Yes. So there's going to be the cover B is going to be a Plague Venom, but the overship is going to be a black and white Virgin variant.
It's going to be the Virgin of this one. This Plague Spawn one. Which is a dope cover. It really is. But it looks much better in color.
I'm sorry. I can't, I'm a softy for cover A. The Santa cover.
Cover A doesn't look. Is this cover A?
No. That's cover B. Right there.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I like it.
And if you don't like freaking Bozo fucking Santa, you're a fucking Grinch.
That's a pretty dope McFarlane cover right there, but the Cthulhu cover is where it's at. That cover C is dope. It's really dope.
So Champions 2, the second print, is still available to order.
Ooh, Skyward. I totally forgot about Skyward. You guys remember Skyward? Whatever happened with that?
I never heard of it.
It was a really good series when it started, but I fell off quick. All right, what were you talking about? You were talking about Champions?
No, I was just looking. Champions 2, the second print. They haven't released art on that either, but that's still available to order. Who knows?
Okay. Something That's Killing the Children, number 13. Here's a 1 of 25. It's in Boom.
Oh, Boom. I'm an idiot. There we go.
Okay. And then it's last 3 is 973.
Ooh.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like how the face mask is like a bandana over the head right now.
Never heard of this cover artist, Franny.
I started looking into her artwork. She does some pretty cool stuff.
It's kind of got a Mirka and Dolfo vibe to it.
Also kind of Frizzen-esque a little bit.
So DT was talking about I Walk with Monsters. I don't know. I don't remember I Walk with Monsters. I wonder if he's talking about the girl
who
walks at night. Yeah, that's a movie. That's a full-on movie. And I haven't heard the news, but looks like Mel's maybe heard something. And it wouldn't surprise me if they were going to try and make an American edition of that. just like a la Wreck, and there's a whole bunch of other
Light
movies.
one in.
Yeah. And they always Ring. They did freaking several joints of those.
Girl with
And
the dragon tattoo. There you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
Not the incentive, but
Well, there's
yeah,
supposedly a
yeah,
2014
I'm expecting like a
self-published.
freaking case of that stuff. Everybody's been going crazy. I've got some out,
the B is
but
getting
it
twice as much as the A cover.
so like the people that ordered for me within like the first 3 hours when I fucking sent that freak out, they got theirs already. Mills actually expecting like maybe 6 or 7 more, but I'm still they waiting up for a whole bunch more to come in, and then right after I got my last invoice for that stuff. I think they sold out. I believe so because there's only like maybe 500 of all that stuff that's supposed to be out there.
Look at this. Dynamic Forces Spawn 300 signed by Capullo.
$69.99, $70. That's not bad. Is it CG Seed?
Doesn't say, but it's the Encore edition. Second printing. That's interesting. It's very interesting. They've got a
There's
Dynamic Forces Hell Arisen number 3 signed by James Tynan.
right Batman. Yeah, Batman '89. Is that a first print?
Yeah, it's the third, right? Or which print is this? This is
Second
the
print.
second print. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad either. What are those second prints going for right now? They've got the first prints of the second prints of '89 signed by it too.
Yeah, but didn't he just do a pretty big signing not too long ago?
Yeah, but what are they selling for just regular without the signature?
Oh, for
they
second print, Hell Arisen 3, I saw one not too long ago for $10.
Yeah, 10 to 20, probably something like that.
Yeah, I think the third print's gonna probably sell a little bit more.
Yeah,
for what? Yeah,
$20. Buy it now is for $35. Sold items anywhere from 10 to 30. Yeah, 9.8 $46.
Oh, Josh Gallister. It's probably not a printed signature since it's from Dynamic Forces. It's probably actually signed.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Same with this one. They're offering this one too. Graded.
Oh wow, because they had so many copies.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that the first full appearance technically?
The first what?
Full appearance of Punchline?
Yeah. Batman 92.
And then was that the cover they actually bumped up sooner? Because it was like an art germ.
Yeah, that was supposed to be an incentive, and they bumped it up.
Yeah.
They've got. That's interesting. That's pretty cool.
Has anyone bought anything from Dynamic Forces recently?
I haven't bought anything recently, but I love Dynamic Forces. I talk about them quite a bit. I know they're a pain in the ass. They used to be a real big pain in the ass because you would order from them, and then like 2 years later, your stuff would show up. But yeah, it's interesting. I really don't see much else. See Dark Horse, Umbrella Academy stuff. Yeah. Where's the Marvel stuff?
Oh yeah, that was something I noticed too. I didn't see any Marvel stuff on FOC.
Yeah.
Because it's usually before Dynamite and after, or before Boom or something like that.
Yeah. It was weird, right? It was kind of like a dry month. I was like kind of surprised.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
It's a conspiracy.
Maybe they're like going to Lunar. I mean, I really doubt that.
That would be awesome.
What did it? It probably made it easier for you, huh?
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
I
I mean, as soon as freaking Lunar I've got my application in, and I've already sent all back my paperwork that they freaking need.
Yeah.
I've talked to them several times, sending trouble tickets. They just haven't freaking accepted gotten the stuff done. It's just some of these freaking man. If all the other businesses that I had to deal with in real life dealt with the same way that some of these freaking comic book freaking shops and freaking comic and trading card freaking companies dealt with, we never get anything done.
Yeah.
These comic book freaking folk, they live in a totally different world where you freaking got to slow down and freaking do all types of bullshit. Nah, you can't freaking do that.
Because I mean, they know that you only have one or two options. I mean, you know, and in reality, like, unless you start self-publishing,
get a little print shop in the backyard.
bootleg comics.
You know what, man? There is maybe like 10 miles down the road from me. There's like an old broken down print freaking mill. Freaking need to freaking check into that shit, man.
I mean, printers are sophisticated nowadays, so.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron, didn't you have a pack that you wanted to freaking open?
Yeah, so I have a box of Marvel anime.
Oh,
wrong person.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be dope. So go to the one that looks like if you put him in the upper left corner, and then you go to the one that looks like we're on the right side and he's big. It'll put him big. There you go.
Okay, yeah. So I have a box of Marvel anime cards 2020 that I was gonna pop open today, and let's see. So the box hits there are 4 foil parallels, 2 to 3 Japanese parallels, 4 inserts from kaiju, idols, or mechanized, 1 artist autograph, 3 to 4 stacks cards, and 1 to 2 capsule characters.
And is there Peach Momoko stuff in this?
Yeah, so Peach Momoko did a lot of the art for these. I think for like the base set, and like I think she's the artist, and she also did the sketch card too.
Good.
So yeah, so there's 1 premium insert or parallel per pack on average.
And how many packs?
So there's 16 packs in a box and 5 cards per pack.
Not bad.
Yep. So this is the first time I've bought cards probably since the 90s. So I'm pretty excited about that.
At least you pick something with some hits in it.
Yeah. So let's see what I get, and then I'll let everyone know what I thought about opening this box. So it should be pretty fun.
I see Styles Morales asked, what are your guys' weekly reads? I only read weekly X-Men stuff nowadays. That's all the stuff I'm reading weekly. I really slacked.
I'm reading a lot of indie books right now. Something That's Killing the Children. We Only Find Them When They're Dead. I'm reading Ice Cream Man whenever that comes out. I'm trying to think. I'm also reading some of the X titles. I'm a little bit behind, so I'm gonna catch up on that.
I'm behind on everything.
I'm caught up on my indie reading, behind on everything else.
Yeah, I had to read everything for the Comic Crusaders website, but by the time I even come close to freaking getting done, the freaking news cycle is out, man. So,
right,
like stuff comes out on freaking Wednesday. I gotta have the reviews done by like early Wednesday morning, and then the publishers, they start pushing out the digital stuff by Friday. So that gives me between a break maybe on Thursday. Friday, I'm freaking reading the stuff, and then I have a podcast with MPP with you guys, and then with MPP on Saturday morning. So there's just not enough time to freaking catch up sometimes. Plus, me being an alcoholic. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys. I buy a lot. I do buy a lot of stuff just to sell. But if there's any of the stuff that I want to read, I want to own it and trade. You know, I know how to take care of a comic, but I'm still nervous about paging through stuff that I might want to Great.
It's a cool Ghost Rider color.
Okay. I think that's a Peach Momoko.
See that
Yeah,
Ghost Rider?
yeah. Was it the Ghost Rider? Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty dope, dude.
Yeah, I think these are like the base cards, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Momoko, it says on the back. Ghost Rider.
Yeah, it's gonna say like something like tier 1 or something on the back or some crazy shit. The dagger. No, that's
Cloak.
Cloak, yeah.
Yeah,
Dope, man.
yeah. Oh, this card's clear.
Ooh, that's a hit.
So
That's
it's a
a hit
name
right
war.
there.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that's a hit.
Yeah. It's got Iron Man.
Peach Momoko, it looks like.
Yeah, so I think these are all Momokos. So, and then paired up with a War Machine. That's the
Nice.
first pack, 5 cards.
Those don't look bad, man.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a hit in every pack. That's pretty cool. So I'll keep on opening them. But I mean, feel free to talk about whatever.
Dude, so much money on Marvel cards back
Yeah,
in the glut.
I mean, I didn't know anyone that was carrying these, honestly. Like, I found out about them the week it was released. I called around, couldn't find any stores selling them, so I had to rely online.
Did you go eBay?
No, I went to, where did I go?
Steel City?
Dave and Adams.
Dave and Adams, yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to JJ Maxwell, who gave me the lead on that.
Yeah.
So Aaron, what do you plan on doing with them? Are you gonna just
I don't know, like with that many cards, I might try to collect the whole base set and then just sell like the extras. Unless there's something that's like really cool with the hits that I want to keep.
See, I mean, and that's the thing. Right now, Marvel, they're not giving enough direction on what's happening with those cards. Like, whereas sports trading cards are like, hey, there's like one out of this, and I mean, there's a possibility with sports trading cards that a rookie card will become a greater Hall of Famer. There's not so much when it comes to Marvel cards, right?
That's why they got to have those hits, man. Those sketch cards and those autos.
Some X-23 action. Captain America. So I guess they put the hit card in
the middle. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool kaiju card.
Okay. All right.
Reference Strange Tales on the back, stuff like that.
That's another kid character that I haven't seen in a while.
Kaiju's? I saw them in the next previews though coming up. I think.
Phoenix. We got Magneto.
Cool.
Yeah. But I mean, like how Ultra was talking about what is it called? Trading cards and stuff like that. Do you think that these will ever like show up on covers maybe or something like that?
Oh yeah. They've
like,
already done that.
Yeah. So I mean, like, it'd be pretty cool to see these like turn into covers like 5 years from now or something like that. If not sooner. Who knows what the market will do?
You're talking about rookie cards. Who's to say you couldn't have a rookie card of a comic book character? If that was the first card of the first series that they showed up in, wouldn't that be their quote unquote rookie card?
Yeah, so there's these cards out there for some of the folks from the future first, right? So like not White Fox, but like Arrow and the little girl Io and all those. They're out there, but I'm not sure whether the cards came first or the whatever came first. But yeah, that's an interesting thing to bring up.
Yeah, not necessarily to trump the first appearance in the comic, but the very first series of Marvel cards.
DT says the future state is going to have a new Swamp Thing.
Well, that's kind of weird. So this pack came with one card.
Oh yeah, you got a big card, huh? A thick
and
one.
And then it came with this capsule characters.
So that's
you gotta open it on the back if you want to.
Yeah. So I'll save that. I'll save it to the end because it says Guardians of the Galaxy on there. So I'll set this aside and save it to the end.
That's cool that they do stuff like that.
Yeah.
How much are those boxes going for?
I paid $200 for this box, so it's a bit pricey, but they might be on sale now for Black Friday.
I doubt it. Anyone sending books in the CGC for the next Donny Kate signing in January? Ooh.
I have a shit ton of books at CGC right now, but they're not for the Donny Cates signing.
So
Ryan Stegman is part of that too, huh?
Invite the rest says he found 4 packs of 2020 Prism football the other day at Target.
Oh
That's
shit!
That's a good pickup, man.
Yeah.
Is it NFL or is it collegiate?
Yeah, if it's NFL, that's important because I don't think they're supposed to be out yet. That means that they're out. So start looking if they're NFL.
Man, you about to make me freaking drop this podcast and freaking roll over to Walmart right now.
We'll jump on our phones.
Got a Wonder Man card.
Wonder Man.
I wonder if I get close to having the complete base set by the end of this. I don't know.
NFL, they're out. Nice. There we go.
It's a pretty cool card. It's a Nova.
Yeah. Prism. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Is it numbered?
Let's see.
It'll usually be in foil at the numbers.
I don't see anything that says that. I think it's just like something they do.
Eric Hurd says, any thoughts of Mandalorian branching off into either Boba or Thrawn series leading out of Ren of the Yuzon Vong? Yes, yes, and yes. I think the Yuzon Vong is a big, major bet. That's a good bet. And I definitely think that we're going to see a Boba Fett spinoff. We're going to probably see an Ahsoka spinoff. And we could see a separate spinoff for Sabine, Thrawn, and Ezra, but that might spin into the Ahsoka one. So, yeah.
I mean, the greatest thing about that too is that like all those shows you can have those characters drop into anything almost, and then we know that Obi-Wan's coming up next, so we could see like just any of those characters show up in a flashback of something. Like, who knows?
Not bad.
So it's 16 packs total, and it's 5 cards in each pack. Oh,
it's getting crazy. It says it's getting crazy at Target for all sports cards.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen sports cards by Target. Walmart, I see them every once in a while.
I haven't looked, but I guess they got to start. God damn it.
Yeah, I need to start checking Walmarts for the comic books and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you guys ever run into those Prism NFL and don't want them, pick them up for me. I'll pay cost for them.
Yeah, what was it that we ordered the other day, Brian?
I ordered some Mosaic.
Yeah, they're coming up. They're coming up Monday. They should be at my house Monday.
Nice.
So that was a hit. 15 cards total.
But you ordered those like basically like right when they came out, huh? Or
no, I ordered these at a pretty hefty price, but it wasn't way bad. I mean, it was. We'll see.
Pretty cool Cyclops. Got a Falcon. Ooh, a see-through Moon Knight card.
Ooh, that's dope.
Nice.
Oh, can you see it in the light too? That there's like clear part.
Yeah,
like the red. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
Brian, how much does it cost to get cards graded?
It's about $10 a card, or $10 to $12 a card.
What do you think about CGC starting to grade cards now?
I don't know what to think yet.
Yeah, I mean, I've started seeing some like come to market now and stuff like that, or people having them already back and graded. But I think it's funny that they're still looking for graders.
Yeah. I don't know what.
Yeah. But then wasn't who was it? Beckett, weren't they having some like issues like with grading cards and stuff like that? Where they're
There's a big, huge thing going on in grading where people are trimming cards.
right, and they're missing it or something like that.
Oh yeah, a lot of people think that there's, nefarious things. There's fuckery afoot where people are. I got you invite. Yeah, there's fuckery afoot. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
you got to pay bill every time you say that, man.
And there definitely is in the card industry. It's bad.
Well, we're on the show to call fuckery afoot, right?
I got a bunch of cards. I should
Son
get
of a bitch.
They're just doing no good sitting in a box.
How the fuck did I miss that? I missed the FOC for this 2020 Topps Chrome Black baseball.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What was it for?
What the price?
Yeah.
59.
Damn.
Okay, angel cards.
Jesus Christ.
Have you seen any duplicates yet?
No, I haven't seen any.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed too. I haven't seen any duplicates on anything really.
For $200, I better not see any guys.
Yeah.
Shit.
Thunderbolts cards.
Have you gotten any sketch cards or signed cards yet?
Mm-mm. I think the only thing I've gotten so far was that capsule, and I'll probably open this and find out what's inside of it. Yeah. I think it's supposed to be like the chibi cards and stuff like that. They're supposed to be like smaller.
Just for fun, I'm looking up prices right now. It looks like commons are going for about $4. There's different levels of autographs, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm looking for one of those cell.
Yeah, I've had this box for like, I don't even know, like a week or two. And I was debating, like, do I just keep it sealed? Do I open it? I was like, I want to open it and review them. See what yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want a box.
I mean, it's just been forever since I've opened cards too. Like, that's what I remember in the 90s was like when sports cards and comic book conventions were basically the same thing.
Yep.
And then my uncle would keep me entertained with like Marvel stuff and different cards coming out. Because I think the earliest set of cards I ever got was probably the G.I. Joe cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have like a factory complete box sealed still somewhere.
Nice.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure I still have my binder of stuff like that.
It's like drugs, man. You open one. Oh, one more. You can do one more.
I know, right?
Next one. I'm gonna get something in this one.
Here's a domino.
That's a decent looking one.
Yeah.
I like the domino.
These commons are actually not too bad, so here's a duplicate, but it's a
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, chrome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it numbered on the back or anything like that?
Might be on the front. Check the front.
No, I don't see any numbers or anything. But here's the interesting part on this card. The entire back is like in Japanese.
Nice.
So here's a She-Hulk. Groot.
Nice.
Yeah. Some of these are actually pretty wicked, so.
I mean, that whole set was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty freaking beautiful, man.
All right, here's one of those cell, the clear ones that have that kind of reddish on the right hand side.
Mm-hmm.
It says it's 1 out of 180. This one's an Iron Man, sold for $20.
Not bad.
Okay. Nice. It'd be crazy to pull a sketch card. But I think it's like, I think the rumor is it's like one per case, and I don't know how many cards are in a case.
Ooh.
Or packs.
For the
or
Marvel
boxes.
anyway, yeah, right.
What was that Guardians of the Galaxy one that you pulled?
That's the packet, no, or the capsule. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a capsule characters.
Capsule character. Is that the little chibi things?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you can see it a little bit closer.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Okay. Yeah, they're like little mini cards.
Oh, okay.
Patrick Morano says the only thing I care about is Pistol Football 2020 right now. I found a little today, but next week is the big week. Is that true,
Yeah.
Brian? Is the
Yeah,
next
they come out December 2nd.
okay.
They're supposed to be out December 2nd, but it looks like they're leaked early.
Mm.
Probably want to enjoy the holidays a little bit longer or something.
Hmm.
Here's a Red Skull.
That's
That
dope.
one's not bad.
Yeah. Some Psylocke action.
I think Peach Momoko is like the Stephen King of the comic world. She just works constantly.
Yeah.
Right. Here's a Prism Electro.
Nice.
See, yeah, she's probably like freaking Stephanie Hans, man. Like every time I freaking talk to them, well, I can't talk to freaking Peach Momoko, but I see her like on when we're on a Zoom call. They're like always working on some shit, and they're not like fucking doing like this shit. They're fucking doing like this shit, like fucking dot 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 dot. I'm like, okay, that's why I can't draw for shit because I don't have that patience. That's dope.
Yeah. Yeah, so in college I took a painting class, and then I did oil paintings, and we had to recreate a post-impressionism painting, and so I chose a George Seurat painting. Are you familiar with his work?
Yeah,
No.
it's just a bunch of dots, right?
Yes. And then I had to do it. So his paintings are usually like only about like what 8x10s or something
Yeah,
like
they're
that.
usually like parks, like people at a lake, right?
Yeah. I mean, like he does have the big ones, like the one by the lake and stuff like that. That's in Ferris Bueller. But I did one, but a lot of his other paintings are just like 8x10s. But anyways, I did one on a 16x20. That shit took me all semester. But it was totally worth it because I ended up winning second place in the student art show.
Not bad.
Yeah. So.
I don't have the patience for that shit.
Which was funny because I got a C in the class or a B. Like I was like, okay, I won second place in the student art show, but got a B in the class. C.
Yeah, I mean, top 3 should get an A automatically off the bat.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think my painting teacher liked me very much. So.
Ooh. So Patrick Milano is saying Target is the only place that got them for Black Friday. The only stores that got them were the ones with the highest sales in their local market, apparently. So what was that? That was Juggernaut?
Oh yeah.
Was that a Chrome or was that a base card?
Just base card.
Okay.
I'm looking up PSA graded
Adam Warlock.
the sets
That's
from the 90s. The Marvel Universe sets and the Marvel Masterpiece sets.
Yeah, the Impel sets too. The Masterpiece sets sell for a shit ton though. And I
There
agree.
you go. There you go.
Yeah.
What's the name of that kid? I forget the name of that kid.
It says Bucky Barnes.
That's Bucky Barnes. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was that new kid.
Oh,
RJ was
RJ.
under Bucky.
Yeah. I forgot his name too.
TJ. RJ. Yeah, right.
But that came out during like Civil War II. Is that the character you're talking about?
No, it came out it came out after, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Is that another Magneto?
It is.
I think Winter Soldier number 1 or 2 or something like that.
Forge.
All right.
I guess I should try to grade some of my masterpieces. Huh?
If you have them high grade, for sure. Those foil cards are really tough They chipped a lot.
I cannot grade my own cards though. There's no I never tried, wouldn't know.
It's tough, man. It's just like comics.
Can you pre-screen like you can with comics?
I believe so, yeah. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe so.
Too bad you can't press them like comics, though, right?
No, you can't. I mean, you can clean them kind of by taking the dirt off of them, and then you can try and clean up corners by if there's anything fuzzy on them, but you can't really press them.
Yep.
I mean, even the 9.5.
Here's another Iron Man card.
I think that's the second one you got, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm starting to get duplicates now. I guess I think I'm like halfway through. Oh, this is an interesting card. It's like a Spider Woman.
What is that? What is that?
I don't know. It's like a cover. Oh, maybe it's like the clear card. Instead of being clear, it's actually like colored and stuff like that.
Go ahead, just drop $200 on the floor.
Right? Yeah. But it's supposed to be like, instead of like the clear card, it's actually like colored in and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Hey, so Styles Ross is talking about, this is my boy sent a beautiful 2016 Hollow Charizard in and got a 6.
Ooh, that
Ooh.
sucks.
Woo.
Yeah, it's all about those hollows and those chipping.
Luke Cage.
Yep.
So I've been seeing some freaking videos, and apparently Costco has these things called Pokeballs. Inside the Pokeballs, there's these freaking cards, and they're like holographic freaking chromatite, and they're going for pretty good money if you get those Charizards.
Wow.
Really nice.
He said he could have sworn it was a minimum 9. There's different standards when it comes to cars, right? Because they're looking at whether it's even on both sides and all that.
Centered.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those, the Marvel Masterpiece, even with a grade of 9, they're going from like $50 to $200.
Say that again.
A lot of the Marvel Masterpieces, the 90s series, that even with a grade of 9, a PSA 9, are still going for like from 50 to 150 or 200 a couple.
Here's a Black Knight.
Nice.
That's another character that was getting hyped up, right? But I haven't heard shit from him since.
It should come back with that Eternals movie.
Oh, this is an interesting card. It's a mechanized Spider-Man.
Oh, that's dope. That's real dope.
Yeah.
Is that number?
It is not. Here's the backside.
Damn. Spider Claws. All right.
Isn't there a Marvel? There's a Marvel mech series coming up, isn't there?
Cross.
Hold up. Yeah, a couple of guys in there. We're talking about the ASM Dal Auto. Excuse me, ASM number 55 Dal Auto for a quick sec. There you go.
And you haven't hit your.
What was that?
You haven't
I know, I
hit
gotta
your. Your biggies.
I know, my like auto or something, or hopefully it's not this. Hopefully it's not this. The capsule card.
Yeah.
It has 3 packs, and he was not going to buy it. Yeah, at Costco they've got so usually you buy like one, and they're like maybe like 15, 16. Those Pokeballs at Costco, they're like $24.99. So that's 3 for $24.99. So that's like $8.50 per pack. Per pack. Is that Black Widow?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool Black Widow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Freaking that with that high kick so you can see the middle.
All right. Here's a Prism Rocket Raccoon.
See, there you go. That's what you should be getting. Like you get a one base card, and if you're going to get a dupe, it should be like the other one should be like a freaking
Like
chrome
Prism.
type.
Yeah. Something like Ultron.
Ultron.
Cool.
Yeah. And then
Shatterstar.
yeah.
See, she could draw her ass off when the shit's like 4x4.
Well, she did a lot of magazine work beforehand, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, that's you, Brian. That's got that freaking her early porn stuff.
Yeah, Blue Green was the one that tipped me off on it.
I got the second one, but did you find the first one, Brian?
No, I remember that one I got that got detached cover when they sent it to me. That was a bummer.
Yeah, I'm still looking.
K Kaiju.
That's not a magazine you find on a lot of,
No.
station shelves.
Nope.
Oh, what do you think about this? This is Nebula.
Oh, that's
Nice.
nice.
So Matt DeVoe is asking, what are we looking at here? We are looking at that's 2020 Marvel Anime freaking trading card series, and most of them are by Peach Momoko.
So this is a Prism
like-
Ant-Man?
Yeah, it's like $200 to $300 per box.
Yeah. So I'm just unboxing it. There were 16 packs, 5 cards in each pack. Here's another Gamora.
Was that Blade the one before?
Yeah, this is Blade before. And then Gamora is like on all the packs. I don't know if I showed that.
Really?
Yeah.
So maybe the chase card is her what do you call it? Clear card?
Yeah.
Maybe. Peach DT saying that Peach has 2 covers coming out tomorrow. I know one of them is it's like it's not even a comic book. It's like it's called Star Wars Insiders. So
And you can buy the regular Peach Star Wars Insider just by getting the regular Star Wars Insider, but I know there's an exclusive where they just I think they put like foil on the logo or something. So
Or is it the Virgin?
maybe there's a Virgin too, yeah.
Is that the one with Mando and the child?
yeah,
Side by side?
Wolverine.
Cool Wolverine. Yep.
Why does it look like he's yawning?
Kind of does. I'm trying to eat the claw too, or eat something out the claw.
Each Momoko cover like every week. I mean,
Yeah.
it's somewhat.
Disgusting. Yeah, I think she's playing herself out, man.
Yep.
But good for her for getting the money. Hopefully she's getting the money. Nice.
Has to be with all that.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
here's the autograph,
Ooh, nice.
and it's numbered on the front. So this is autographed by. It looks like Jonathan. I can't read the last name. It starts with a K. It's a Deadpool, and it's numbered 54 out of 60.
Ooh, there you
Right?
go. There you go.
Mechanized Deadpool. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is dope.
That was probably the hit of the box,
Yeah.
I would assume. Here's a Piper.
I've never heard of that character.
Huh.
Your mechanized, did it have foil on it?
The mechanized.
It was
No,
signed.
It was signed. Let's see. During his time as a frog, Thor sought help in between battle his kind and the rats. He gained assistance of the Piper, a mutant living in the sewers, who drew rats away from the realm of the frogs with a mesmerizing tune. And here's a Dazzler. We were talking about that earlier. Dazzler.
It looks like the
Bad
mechanized.
DeVoe, so motherfuckers talking about is there any design in this? Motherfucker.
There's a Deadpool mechanized red foil autograph that sold for 160.
Ooh, nice. Just like raw, not graded or anything like that?
Just raw.
Cool. Might have to throw it up on eBay or something like that for $1. See how it does. Here's another Bucky. I don't know, but I'm also a big Deadpool fan, so I might have to keep it too. There's Nova. Oh, I got a Chibi card. It's a lot smaller
There you
too.
go.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So I wonder what's in the capsule thing. I want kind of the similar type of situation. Doctor Strange. Oh, cool. Jessica Jones.
There you go.
Can you show
Because I expect you to have more sketches.
Right? But I mean, like, how popular are Peach sketches anyways? Like, I don't know. Like, some of the sketch cover comics, like, are those selling at all that Peach does?
Can you show that?
Well, that last Ronin sketch.
Which one?
The last Ronin.
Oh,
last
yeah.
Ronin #1. I mean, that's sold for what, $600. I'm talking
Oh,
the
did it?
black and white joint. Yeah.
Dang.
Hey, Aaron, could you show that Thor Chibi card you just got again?
Yeah.
There's different tiers of them, I guess.
Yeah. Does it say the tier on the back or anything?
No, it looks like
It says Thor 25 of 65, and there's a normal picture of Thor on it. I don't think I see a tier.
it looks like tier 1 out of 80.
Ah. All right. I think this is the last pack. All right. So we got Elektra. Here's Cable.
Okay. Come on, man. There's got to be there's got to be a sketch in that motherfucker.
No sketch. Got a Kaiju Devil Dinosaur.
Send that one to Mel.
Right. But there's no Moon Girl on it, so like.
No, he loves dinosaurs. He'll love it.
Because that's why we all watch, like, to hear about how much Mel loves dinosaurs. So here's Jubilee.
Nice.
No Shogu. Who the fuck is that supposed to be?
It's a Silver Samurai.
Okay.
You think he would look more like...
His face is all covered up. That could have been like any freaking samurai.
Right. All right. So I'll let the chat decide. Should I open this capsule?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Let's
You know
see
what
what
it's going to be? Brian, are you buying any non-sports cars recently?
I haven't, but I would love to open some of those like older Marvel masterpieces from back in the day. Those would be fun.
I wonder if I've got mine.
All right. I'm saying, yeah, it has to be dope. Let's see it.
I was only missing a few, so I tried to complete my Marvel masterpiece so I could put it up on eBay.
Was that the Flare set back in the day? Or do you know the maker for the Marvel masterpieces?
Skybox, actually.
Ooh.
The 92 Marvel masterpiece. There's some promo cards in that set that are kind of hard to come by. The rest of them are pretty easy to find, but like you said, Brandon, high grade is a different story. They're just awesome art, though. The Joe Jusko did the whole set.
Hey, Brian, Do you know any reason why this set, the 2019-20 Panini Eminence Basketball Hobby Case, would cost $15,000?
Yeah, because it's super high end.
All right, so here's that capsule.
Who is it?
It's Drax.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Ooh.
and it's kind of hard to see, but it's like the background's like kind of like a gold foil to it. I don't know if you can see the shine.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, and then it lists out the
Drax
characters.
is not
on
one
the
of my
back.
favorites.
Yeah.
What's that again?
It lists out the characters on the back that you can get in these capsule corps.
So Adam Warlock, Mantis, Quasar, Wreck-It, Randu. Yeah, none of those characters I really want.
Yeah, because I think this one's a Guardians.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so I think they have different themes for different ones.
The gold foil is it's a more rare version of it though.
Oh, is it? Okay. Nice.
Guy on Instagram was busting Marvel Masterpiece, also selling them. Open dope, Mr. Set. Yep. Man, yeah. I'm still trying to get over this $15,000.
That's not
for this car. Let me look at the specifics of this motherfucker.
Like, do you want to buy a car or do you want to buy a box of cards?
Yeah. Did you say 15,000?
Yeah.
For a box of cards?
Yep, 15,000. Yep, it's sold. Oh no, it's sold as a case.
Oh, okay.
It's sold as a case. There's 10 cards per back. Wait, hold up. So
10 cards per box,
pack.
not autographs.
Yeah, 10 cards per back, 10 cards per pack, and 1 pack per box.
Yeah, and then there's probably how many boxes in a case? 12.
It doesn't say. Let's see. Yeah. 1 case count. It says 1.
Yeah, see where it says sell sheet? Hit on that little star. You can see what they look like. These are what they back in the day they called them a sell sheet. Here you go. Beautiful. Super high end.
Does it come with a piece of the jersey too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. When did they start introducing into cards?
1999.
Okay.
I believe. Late 90s. They started with Upper Deck, I believe. They did them. They did like a Joe Montana jersey card for football. I remember.
Oh, I take it back. I did buy sports cards a long time ago. Probably like 5 years ago. What did I buy? Whatever set the Upper Deck King Griffey Jr.'s in, because that was like, yeah, 89 Upper Deck, because that was the only King Griffey Jr. rookie card I was missing. I have all the other ones.
Yeah, that's the best.
And then I cracked open a box and I actually got one.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
So this is the Marvel Masterpiece card that everybody wants out of the 92 set.
Really?
The Prism foil, the 10s, PSA 10s are going for $300-400.
Wow.
Jesus.
This one is not a 10. I don't know if it would be a 9, but it's definitely not a 10.
Those things have a problem with chipping.
Yeah, the corners are
I just like comic books back in the day, the Marvel chipping. I could never like shake away from that, huh?
this Wolverine Sabretooth.
Nice.
Why do people freaking tape fucking these priority mailboxes? They already got fucking glue in this shit. God damn.
Hey guys, I gotta bounce out. I gotta get up early in the morning. Everybody have a good night. Lucas, I'll talk to you in the next couple days.
All right, man.
Much love, guys.
All right, take it easy, Brian.
Later, guys.
All right. All right, now that the big dogs are gone, let's do some mail calling.
think I have a couple more random pickups I have. Oh, I know what that one is, so I'll save that one for last. Man, I'm just so late. Like, I get so much shit in the mail. I'm just so lazy to open it, and because I know I have to organize it eventually. So
I think this is the spider. Hold up, let me put my shit out there. Where the fuck is my mouse at? There we go. Oh. Stop the screen. Yeah, so this is the Spider Woman number 5, Momoko, I believe.
that's a 1 in 100 virgin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
What number is that?
Number 5.
Okay.
And then and what do we have here? Okay. Batman penis.
Oh, that's the Jim Lee cover.
I don't know why I freaking this had to have been. I gotta check. This had to have been hella cheap. I don't know why the fuck I bought this shit. But, and then what do you got? What do you got, Aaron?
I have a couple books here that I just picked up.
I need Mel here so we can do a fucking muffin wheel so I can fucking get some shit away.
Right?
Oh man.
Is he the wheel master? I thought that was.
He gets everybody hyped.
Yeah.
If I read, all right, see you, bud. Freaking thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. Hey, and don't forget, freaking everybody, please, if you haven't already, freaking make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Comic Crusaders and make sure you subscribe to Mel V's freaking channel. And then on our Twitter, we got some of the other good stuff, and we've also got a Discord channel. So pay attention to that. You can hang out with us. All right. So here's the CGC. Man, there was a lot of space in there. CGC submission. All right, that's not bad.
What's the turnaround time for you?
About maybe 3 weeks.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
It's that Wonder Woman Milo Manura Italian edition.
Nice. Do you send in 25 at a time, or how do you send them in? Do you do pre-screen?
Nope. I just send them in. I don't give a fuck. I'm not a snob, man. I'm not a snob. Just that Black Widow Virgin.
Oh, so you don't even use CCS pressing?
Nope.
CCS takes forever, man.
They really do.
Here we go. Yeah, Future Fight First, White Fox.
Nice.
Marvel Zombies Resurrection, Momoko.
Nice. Is that 9.6?
Yeah, 9.6. Once again, I'm not a freaking grade snob, so I don't give a fuck about that shit. Here's the Batman number 92, that retailer whatever thing.
One per account.
Mm-hmm. Core, yeah, Mel is on vacay. He should be back next week if his wife allows him to freaking come out. Champions Outlawed number 1.
Would you get on 9.8? Nice.
98.
Nice. That was a 1 in 100, right? Or 1 in 50?
I think this was a 1 in 50, I believe. I'm not sure. And then this one was, and this. Thank you very much to Mr. Dinesh There's that ash can of the hero trade
Ooh, that's a hot book right now.
Oh my god.
there. So here we go.
Isn't that over 2K now?
I think it's more like 4.
It's like 4K now. Damn. So that, I mean, because everyone talks about what's the next Walking Dead. Like, could that be it?
I don't know.
Or the next NYX3, whatever you have, like, you know.
I guess the last sale was 2,900 or best offer, so probably like 25 or something like that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Hey,
What's the print count on that? It's like 250, isn't it? Or less.
What did he
Is
say?
it?
On
I don't
Hero
know.
Trade? I don't remember. I know it's not too high.
Shit.
Yeah, it was,
I would sell this whole fucking box for fucking 2,900. Shit.
I want to say the print count was like less than 250, and then someone destroyed one for sure, and then a lot of people think there's others that were thrown out because no one knew what it was, and then turns out, oh, it's the next biggest hottest book.
You know, it's right now, it's all like speculation. I mean, you know, it's the biggest. James Gunn went on whatever Instagram showing his copies, and the crew or whatever movie he's working on showing their copies. Like, it's very much hype right now, but
Yeah,
it could turn into long term. You don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly thought Ultimate Fallout 4 would have jumped up a little bit with the Miles Morales game being out now. But I guess since not everyone has a PS5 or people that have a PS4 aren't buying the game, you know, like, or I haven't really heard too much of like, not as much excitement as like the first Spider-Man came out, like for PlayStation 4.
Right.
So let me throw this in there just as far as speculating on indie stuff. So let me run this ad real quick.
Hey guys, this is Frank Ogle, writer of Dead End Kids and No Heroin. You recently heard me on the show to talk about my new book, Dead End Kids: The Suburban Job. Dead End Kids: The Suburban Job follows 3 former friends who have all been deeply affected by the events of September 11th as they struggle alone to cope with the long-term effects of that tragic day and what happens to them when they find a bag of cash stolen from a local drug kingpin. I just wanted to drop by and remind you guys that Dead End Kids: The Suburban Job is currently up for pre-order. For those of you who haven't checked out the original Dead End Kids, The Suburban Job is a fresh start, a new cast and a new place with a new crime. For those of you who love the original series, we've got the entire creative team back together again to bring you more of what you loved the first time around. But whether you're a new or returning reader, I think you'll really dig the new series. If you want to check out Dead End Kids: The Suburban Job, be sure to get your pre-orders in at your local comic shop by December 4th.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really checked it out, but I mean, once again, if you want to, freaking check it out through the pull box, and we'll freaking try and do what we can for you.
Nice.
I didn't read the first movie.
Well, I just finished reading.
Good.
I just finished reading No Heroin, and I thought that series was very excellent. Like, yeah. I used to be involved in the music scene, so I've known a lot of people that were heroin junkies or meth heads or whatever, and then I've met several of them that have actually recovered, like where they got over their addiction and stuff like that. And so, yeah, so I could definitely like relate to the different stories that they were, I guess, metaphors and all that stuff in it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do know that Dead End Kids was actually pretty damn good, man. Freaking, it's kind of a mystery to it, and not only that, it deals with how kids as they grow up have to deal with the tragedy and the trauma and all that stuff. So it was some deep shit. But
I am friends with Frank on Facebook, and he was saying that Diamond spelled out the title wrong on there. So it's something like where it's like Dead Ends Kids or something like that. So they added an extra S, so it's hard for people to find.
Right.
Just to give you all that heads up if you're looking for it on on previews and stuff like that.
So that means it's gonna be low order and it's gonna be a big spec book then, right?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, they've been giving them a hard time, anyways, on some books. Like, I know there's some retailers that are still waiting for issue 3 for what is it, for No Heroine, and I think that's been out for a while now.
I mean, it's got some spunk to it. I mean, I think Frank Ago was on the with the
Comic book women.
Comic Book Woman, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So he's been trying to get his stuff out. I don't understand how Dead End Kids hasn't been an option yet. It's good shit. So
Yeah.
Too much stuff out there.
hey,
Aaron,
Yeah, that was a really good interview too. So if y'all haven't watched that, I would definitely check it out. It's not your standard interview. I'll say that.
hey man, I mean, like I don't know what time they did it. It's always tough. Like I've got a lot of people that I would love to have on this show, man. It's just freaking as I say, hey man, freaking yeah, hey midnight. They're like, oh well, midnight. I gotta fucking do some other shit. No, you're not. You're just gonna fucking sit on your fucking phone, bullshit, man.
Well, so what you need to do is hit up the international market and those artists, because like, wouldn't it be pretty early for them? Or
Yeah, I got Stephanie. I had Stephanie Hans up.
oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so
She was the very last guest, right?
yeah, it was like 3:00 in the fucking morning for her, or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah. But I mean, but it was 8:00 for us, around like 8 or 9:00, wasn't it? I want to say.
Yeah, I think so. I forget what time it was, man, but you
So,
could tell she just rolled out of fucking bed.
yeah, but so if it's like midnight starting here, then it would be like closer to 6 a.m., something a little bit more reasonable. And if they jump on like at 1 or 2, that'd be like 8 or 9.
So yeah, she's not gonna.
I mean, I'm not saying.
At 6:00 in the morning or some shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Especially
her,
French
but,
people. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, you could probably get like some of those up and coming artists.
I missed that one. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
Yeah, the virtual con. Yeah. Well, we're actually doing another one pretty soon.
Nice.
So we just gotta freaking keep your ears to the freaking ground on that one. Let's see what other bullshit we got going on. Let's see. Hold up.
Aaron,
Motherfuckers like, why the fuck is Lucas running so many damn fucking commercials and shit? Well, I promise. Yeah, I promise people that if they send me their shit, I'm gonna fucking run it, and that's what I'm fucking doing.
Nice.
I've got quite a few. I'm not gonna run them all tonight, but shit.
nice.
Blue Green, you were gonna ask me something?
You were just about to unbox something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So I have a few raw books I picked up. This is Something That's Killing the Children. I think it was a New York City Comic Con exclusive from Trinity. I want to say the print run was like only $250 or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I saw Ross Ritchie promoting this book on, I think it's also issue 12.
That's nice.
I don't remember which store
I love the
did
colors
this
on that one.
Yeah, I'm like, since a lot of stores are doing like store variants now for Something That's Killing Children, like it's like, of course I'm a completionist, so I have to get them all.
Oh, that's fucked. Fuck.
And I finally got the Peach Momoko 1 in 25. I actually had that Wednesday off of work, and I tried picking it up at a store, and I was probably like 6 in line. And then the store I went to, they separate their incentive copies into a short box on the side. And then there was one person ahead of me, of course, and that guy picked it out. Like the first guy picked out everything.
Oh,
Just
Yeah.
tap it.
Yeah, but I'm kicking myself too because I should have picked up the book of the week that week, which was the Star Wars Adventures. What was it, 5 or something like that?
is
The
that
with
the
the
one
IG,
without the
the I,
Ocean Assassin? The Ocean
the I,
Assassin?
the IG character, where it's like it kind of looks like the watercolors, and then it's like a IG-10 or IG-11.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I missed that one too.
yeah. I mean, I saw it. I had it in hand. I had the opportunity to buy it, and I didn't buy it. So I didn't. I thought about it, but
Did
yeah.
you get that Zoo cover for the? I forget who. It was a retailer variant, Black Mask Comics or something like that.
Mm-mm.
I think number. God, I ordered a copy. I don't even remember what number it was now. It's like a watercolor, almost like a
Okay.
David Mack. It's really beautiful. It's really good.
Nice.
Let's see.
Okay, so yeah, IG-88.
IG-88. Let's see.
Adventure. Oh, okay, yeah. So Star Wars Adventures Annual. I think it's number 4.
Hey, I'll be right back, guys. I got a couple new deliveries that I can show here too, but I'll be back in a minute here.
Go ahead, man. Oh, now we know where all that noise was coming from.
Background TV. I found it. Let's see. All right, I think I'm sharing.
All right, at stream.
Yeah, so I had that in hand, and I probably should have picked it up, but I didn't because I was a little soured. I didn't get an extra copy of the 1 in 25 Momoko because I saw the guy pulling it out, and I was like, man, that guy doesn't care.
But this
But
is a what is this? This is a 1 to 10 or what?
yeah, I think it's a 1 in 10, but I don't think a lot of retailers order it because they're like I talked to my local shop and they were saying like he's like, yeah, I ordered 6 copies, and if I knew this was gonna hit big, I would have bought the 10.
Yeah, you can't repent what you didn't do, man. Just freaking got to keep going, man.
Yeah,
Go for it, man.
yeah. But I mean, like, what? There was another Star Wars book that hit big this week too, huh?
Was it? I'm not tracking.
Yeah. So on the top 10, the number 1 was what the Doctor Afra.
The Dr. Afra Jim Bartel.
Yeah, the 1 in 25.
Right. I think I was going to order that, and then I've decided against it. I mean, I like Jen stuff and all. It's just $269, 240,
Yeah,
83. Okay, all right.
I still like until the cover tops the Darth Vader number 3 1 in 25. Like, I don't care.
Okay, so 1 to 25. 25 times 3, 75. I mean, it's not bad. Like I'm not tracking that there was anything significant with the book.
Which one? Oh,
With the
for
Star Wars Dr. Afra number 6.
yeah. Oh,
Any other
Patrick's saying that Prison is doing the issue number 7, 1 in 25.
is that anywhere? Let's see. I don't see the.
I don't.
I don't.
Yeah, I
see
don't see
the,
any. I don't think they have images for it yet.
Interesting. I hate when they try to sneak it in like that.
Oh yeah.
What's the FOC for that joint?
That's a good question.
Star Wars Adventures #2. What else is hot on FOC this week? So nothing, man. Freaking this guy quick comments is like, "Hey, man, what's freaking hot this week? Nothing."
That's Department of Truth. If you're still reading that, there's a few image books, I guess. Oh, The Spawn. Would you say The Spawn is probably the hottest book of the?
Yeah, there's
Probably
gonna
the
be
hottest book of the week.
it's gonna be because there's gonna be a first appearance. In fact, after I figured out what's going on with this number 7, I would love to freaking go back to if we can revisit that because we went kind of quick through that shit.
Yeah, I wonder if that's gonna be if it's gonna be a cameo or full on first appearance.
I mean, he's right there on the cover. On the cover.
Yeah, that's true. It'd be really hard not to make it a full
Star Wars
first full appearance, unless they do like a Bishop thing where it's like he's on the cover and then he's on the cover and then he's on the last panel. Like, does that count as a first full appearance?
Sure.
Let's see.
First appearance, cameo, first full, second cameo.
Ports.
Preview.
Right.
Preview in the ad.
Arm, hologram, baby, shadow.
Concept of a character. I'm referring to the film.
Track.
You would think all the people that are arguing about like Hulk 180 being first full appearance and all that, or first appearance, like they would also argue for Film 2, like even if it's just a concept, like name of character.
I'm just trying to get these photos set up.
They're all worth money.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to show some books. All right.
Go ahead, man.
This one, I got a question for you guys. What do you, Captain Marvel 22, that was the one that came out just a couple weeks ago. The second printing has the
Namor and Sora, right?
There's Ove, which is Namor's kid with Mira, I think. And then Bridget, which is Thor's daughter. And then Sora, which is Forge's daughter. This is this is not 616. Do you think there's any future in that stuff?
Well,
there's so many different.
It's tough. It's tough, right? Because we've seen Miss Marvel, or excuse me, Captain Marvel, travel to that Pacific future before. Right? It's not like this is the first time. It's not like the storyline won't show up again. So,
Right.
you talk about this particular issue as the first appearance, or the first appearances of these individual characters?
These specific characters, I guess.
So top right, that we've seen that character before. I know I remember seeing her in one of the first stores that came out in 2000. Was it 2019 or 2020? When I first saw her, I'm not sure if that's the first appearance. Her along with her sisters one out there.
Okay.
So and then the Sora and everything, she's got some stuff going on with Phantom X, number 5, the second clone or whatever.
Right.
And Ovi, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. Do we need another freaking Mariner freaking running around? I don't think so. So it's kind of weird that they freaking pulled him out and freaking made him the big headliner. I could care less about him, but the others, it should be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's in this market, you don't need any option news or casting news. All you need is like people saying, "Well, what if there's going to be a whatever?" For a book to go up in price. I mean, Atlas, Agents of Atlas, Strange Academy. There's nothing.
That's even sadder than that. Freaking the second, or third, or fourth, or fifth freaking print.
Right.
It's rare. And so the fuck what?
Oh yeah. So I actually pre-ordered the Strange Academy 1/5 print by chance at my local shop, and like I was actually surprised it was in the box first off, and then and I thought it was kind of funny. Like I yeah, so I got that cover because I pre-ordered it.
Who knows?
I mean, my shop never like screws me over like that. Like where if I pre-order something, it won't end up in my box. Like they do pretty good about that.
All right, so there's a Sword comic series coming up.
Yes.
I don't know if what is that, December maybe? I want to say December.
It's one of those comics that nobody actually asked for, but it's coming anyway.
Right, exactly. One of the cast members, or one of the people on the cover of that one at least, is this Whiz Kid. Whiz Kid was a mutant from the 90s. You ever heard of him? Yeah. He's in a wheelchair. His mutant power is to control metal or mechanical things.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So first appearance was Exterminators #1 back in 1988. I found a minty newsstand copy. So why the hell not?
Nice.
Whiz Kid is
yeah. So because I've seen his latest wheelchair, he's got like the Professor X type wheelchair going on.
Right.
And then I forget who's using it now. Is it Peter Parker in that future, that freaking Captain Marvel book? Who is it in that Captain Marvel book that's in that wheelchair? Is that Peter Parker or is that somebody else?
I don't know that.
You don't know? Okay. Yeah, there's somebody. Yeah, there's somebody hanging out in a freaking wheelchair.
I mean, if you had a creative writer, an artist, it is kind of a cool power set. You could do some crazy stuff with it.
Yeah, so Patrick is right. Afro #7 is coming out in January. It's on January 20th. So I'm guessing FSC would be sometime at the end of December.
Any FLC that's happening this week is the estimated ship date is 23rd of December.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, so it's probably like for Dr. Afro #7 to get the 1 in 25 or Prison, you would probably have to order at the end of December, I would guess. So like probably the week before Christmas.
Yeah, you can probably pre-order it on eBay right now if you want to pay through the nose.
I mean, you can still pre-order it before FOC anyways too.
Right.
Yeah. I personally like to see what the cover looks like first before like committing 25 copies if you're gonna order through Lucas.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just trying to let y'all freaking. Trust me, you're going to be paying that money anyways, regardless. So
Yeah,
might as well give
so
you a shot. Might as well give you a shot to freaking make your money back some kind of way.
And then like who knows, those A covers could be popular too, and then you have a big pile of them, and then you could like send them out for Grandy, sell some.
Yeah, you better hope so if you have 25.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with this particular title. This one, it just kind of popped up. All of a sudden, it was on my final order FOC, right? So final order FOC, it's a list that says, hey, we didn't put it in our previews, and we got an alert that you need to know about. Oh, and by the way, the orders to do for this in the next couple of days. So this is one of those, and it's a picture of everything else. Number one, drawn by Anand Radhakrishnan. It's for every 30 copies of everything else. Number one covers A and B and C ordered. Retailers will be eligible to order one copy of this. So this is a 1 to 30, and this is going to be a foil. There's also going to be a cover, whatever. It's going to be a 1 to 15 that's out there. No foil, but the same freaking art. So beware of that. And this is by Vault Comics. I know a lot of people don't like Vault Comics or care or anything, but if you like freaking heads chopped off on your freaking art, this might, especially in foil type, this might be the freaking cover for you.
Heads on pikes, can't go wrong, right?
I like Vault.
City in the background getting burnt down. So Skagway Comics says he bought a $20 comic lot the other day on eBay for $50 with a Venom 3 third print in it. Not even mentioned or pictured in the sale. Good day.
That's awesome, man.
Nice.
Yeah, those lots are the way to go if people don't know what they're selling.
Yeah. But $20 is a freaking good freaking shake 'em up price, right? Some of them they be trying to sell it for like $100. Like, no. Let's see what else we got. We also went over this Something is Killing the Children 1 to 25. I think, right? It's 1 to 25, right?
Yep.
I think so.
Oh yeah. The artist is Franny. I was looking through her Instagram page. She did a Punchline cover, the one where it's like all psychedelic in the background.
Wait, what's her name? What's her name?
Franny, Frany.
Yep.
Okay. Because I've been talking to this other artist, letterer. Her name is like Gabrielle Dari Harms _SH. Do me a favor, go ahead and follow her on Instagram. Harms, that's HARMZ _SH. Follow her and then send her messages like, hey, we miss you on Drunken Chat. We got to freaking get a campaign. She keeps promising me she's going to get on, but she freaking keeps freaking, sidestepping us because of silly stuff like family. Man, I'm trying to promote you.
Yeah, priorities.
Looks like she has a Kickstarter going on right now for Helmgrid Castle or something like that.
Yep. Or I'm not sure if it's hers or if it's her friend or something like that. So like for anyone did a nice Once a Future variant a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah. So Franny, she did a Once in the Future issue number 13. I think it's the B cover, if I'm not mistaken.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's the one where the sword is like floating over her hands. Here, I can share. Yeah, so that's the same artist that did the Something is Killing the Children. So, and then
yeah, it's kind of in that.
Yeah, and then here's that psychedelic Punchline cover that everyone's probably seen before.
It's kind of a cross between Momoko and Bartel,
Yeah. Yeah, I like how a lot of the artists are trying to utilize the watercolor aspect to it and stuff like that. So, very hard medium to use. It looks like she was doing some commissions. Pretty cool, bueno. And then here's that.
Death. I like it.
Yeah. And then I started following. So I'll definitely hit her up to show up on Drunken Chat.
Yeah. Hey, we miss you on Drunken Chat. We just need to freaking get a painting, get her lazy ass up. I couldn't make it at 12 o'clock. Well, fucking, you can just sit around with us, get drunk. Hey, I've had plenty of people freaking pass out fucking drunk on Drunken Chat, myself included. Because that's just the way it goes. Yeah.
Call it good.
Freaking,
All right. Lucas, I'm going to throw up a couple more here.
Go ahead, man.
All right. So just a heads up. I know everybody knows Amazon has books, comics. It can be a gamble because you don't get to see the pictures as well. Yeah. And a lot of sellers put their books on Amazon at like crazy prices, which is dumb. But the one good thing about Amazon, the sellers on Amazon are much less like reactive to news. If there's a casting call and you go on eBay, 50 sellers mention that casting call in their title, where on Amazon it takes them quite a bit longer. So like the newsstand trend, if you do a search for newsstand variants on Amazon, I got these. This is Star Wars, The Old Republic, #1, The Lost Sons. I think this one is first appearance of one of the Darths and Satele Shan, the chicky chick there. But minty copies, and this seller, I assume it's a bookstore. A lot of the bookstores sell them on Amazon, but six newsstand copies.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, hell yeah. Another Star Wars book.
Oh, you got that? Nice. The library book edition?
Yeah, this is the Spotlight edition. You can see the little library stickers on it. It came from Canada.
Nice.
But officially, it's a reprint of Clone Wars #1.
Yeah. So that has first Ahsoka Tano in it, and it also has I want to say, is it Captain Rex? Yeah, I want to say it's Captain Rex is in there too. His first appearances in that. Because I was looking for Captain Rex's. I found Commander Cody's. That was super cheap. But Captain Rex's is also in there. And there's no way I'm going to try to pony out the dough for that book now.
Yeah.
But supposedly that's supposed to be more rare than the normal cover.
It might be. I don't know. And I mean, with that Bo-Katan book that's on I forget the name of it now. The one that's making lists right now. It's not a comic. It's a kid's book, isn't it?
Oh, the one that's like pocket size edition or whatever.
Right.
With the Darksaber on the cover. Yeah, it's supposed to be a little bit smaller. I think Mel had a pretty good story about that or something like that, where you could have bought into it.
So who knows? Maybe books are going to work their way into the comic market here too.
Well, I know a lot of people are starting to speculate also on Starkiller, and then I want to say it was Nico that came on Drunken Chat that gave away the Force Unleashed graphic novel, and that's supposed to be the first appearance of Starkiller. Because I don't think it was a comic book. I think that first comic book was in Force Unleashed 2, and I think it was a Target edition.
Right.
Who was talking about that? I think it was Andy, because it was Indie Spotlight on Instagram that was promoting that.
I do think as time goes on, people are going to care less that it's like the first comic appearance, even if it's a graphic novel, if it's a children's scholastic book, if it's whatever, Star Wars Insider, whatever it is.
Right, because it's a major published work, so it would still have to definitely count.
Where in the past it was all, who cares what happens in any other medium? It's just comics that we care about. But I think that's changing a bit.
Well, yeah. The market's definitely starting to open up on that.
Yeah, definitely. So this is Doctor Strange and the Sorcerers Supreme. This is the second print. The first print made was on a couple lists about a month ago. This is the first appearance of the Demon Rider, Kushala. Kushala she got one of the covers of that Indigenous Voices that just came out. This one is her.
Oh, nice.
Kushala is an Apache. She's actually from the 1800s, but she was she had the spirit of vengeance. So she is like a Ghost Rider incarnation, but she also became a Sorcerer Supreme. And they did announce she's getting her own series this next year.
Really? Goddamn.
Yeah. So of this Doctor Strange, there's a 1 in 25, which is right. Somewhere. Never mind. And then the second print. She's on the cover of the 1 in 25. It's a Rodriguez variant.
Okay.
9.8s are probably like 200 something right now. This one's the second print's more like 50. But yeah, you know, the next generation characters, like you were saying, they're not really totally original. They're kind of new incarnations, but there really isn't one for the horror realm. Like there hasn't been a new, besides Cosmic Ghost Rider, there hasn't been like a new Ghost Rider. But then these Indigenous Voices just came out last week. Echo.
Didn't they just have a Hellstrom series to launch not too long ago?
Hellstrom, yeah, the one on Hulu.
No, like an actual. I mean, yeah, the Hulu show, but I think there's actual comic out now too.
Oh, I don't know.
I think, yeah, I think I saw that at my or at one of the comic shops I shop at.
Coming up or released?
No, it was already it had already been released. Like
okay, no.
Yeah, I want to say like probably within the last month or so, or two. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be. Maybe that totally.
Did you complete the whole set for the Indigenous covers?
I think I didn't get I didn't get the middle variants, whatever the 1 in 10. Most
The
of
other
them.
titles like where's like a Captain America, Thor. I think there's a Spider-Man one that came out.
Oh, the I don't know how you pronounce his name. Varegi or Veregi.
Something like that. Yeah.
Does kind of who does kind of Native American style. He actually, one of the books I got just this week, he did a cover for Star Trek, which is kind of the same thing.
Oh, nice.
Same style. The 1 in 10 for that one. They're kind of cool. Like it's not. I don't know. I don't think they're.
I like it because it's kind of something different. Like like give it a shot. You know.
Exactly.
Oh Jesus.
So on the 90s kick, I'm trying to look around the corner and see what else there is out there for 90s books. Earthworm Jim.
Oh yeah.
You played that game?
I definitely remember that show.
Yeah. I found the newsstand of that. I am putting together a Purple Rain variant set since I'm from Minneapolis and Prince is from Minneapolis.
Oh, cool.
So this was a Frankie's
Tyler Kirkham
retailer variant Storm Shadow version of that the big G.I. Joe Purple Rain Snake Eyes cover.
I like how Snake Eyes is in the back corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a black and white of that too, but it's not as good. I think that's it.
Hold up.
Who's calling?
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready for some $30 holler?
Go for
it. Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I'm sharing my screen. Interesting. Does not want to share the screen. There we go. So once again, ladies and gents, I'm trying to bring back that $30 holler. And for those that don't know what the $30 holler is, I have a theory. I have a direction of which I like to go when it comes to putting money into comics, right? And that's for my personal collection, right? Is that if I were to be a worker that makes no more than the minimum wage, and you were to invest 10% in something for the rest of your life, then that investment should be enough for you to retire. So if you take that 10% off the minimum wage, if you can break it down by the months and the days and all the other stuff. When it comes down to per week, you should probably be trying to set around at least $30. That's why I call it $30 holler. So what I try and do is I go by week and I freaking try and annotate those freaking books that I think, hey, if I put $30 to it, I might be able to get some money out of it later. Is this mighty now? Don't pay attention to this Mighty Morphin number one. This Mighty Morphin number one is the second print. I just happen to have it up, but I know how some of y'all happen to like freaking second prints, so y'all might want to freaking go ahead and pay attention to that. In fact, some of these I have on here are not freaking are going to be in the freaking the price range of $30. Let's see if I can find one. Okay, so this King in the Black number one Clark spoiler variant. Once again, we don't have the art for it yet, but there's definitely going to be something going on. I don't think a lot of people are going to order this, or they may have just cause, but you're going to want to pay attention to that, just in case something big is going down with that. So you're going to want to pay attention to that. Look at the other covers, and then come back to this if we can pay attention. The other one.
Does it say who the artist for the spoiler?
Clark. Torrin Clark. So, just saying, right? Because there's been plenty of times when that same thing has happened to me with Immortal Hulk, and it's been a spoiler, and I just happened to pick it up, and sure enough, I made some pretty good money off of that because whoever's freaking LCS didn't pick it up because they have a policy of not ordering shit if there's no freaking cover art.
Yeah,
right.
I think
great.
Spoiler variants and design variants get under ordered.
Yeah, so. Great, more money for me on the floor. That's just what it is. So Vault Comics, once again, I know people don't like Vault Comics, but I love this cover. I love the color contrast to it. Looks like freaking daddy's little girl just fucking looking me in the eye and saying, "Hey, take care of me, girl. I will take care of you." So freaking once again, not saying that this is going to be making people a lot of money. I'm just saying, hey, I kind of like this cover. And then the other cover that I kind of freaking like is, and this is going to be over ordered, so don't think you're going to make any money out of it. However, black cover. It's going to be hard to get this in a freaking 9.8. So first to market, freaking get this. Make sure you get a freaking 9.8. This is the one that you're going to want to make sure that. And then here's what I need to explain to people about what the way the process works for stores. It's going to get over ordered, right? And a lot of freaking of these covers, they're going to sit on the shelves of the stores. Then after 2 months, they're going to get sick of that, and then Marvel's going to say, "All right, freaking, you haven't freaking sold it, freaking destroy it or freaking tear it up." Well, after that, freaking, there's going to be a lot less copies freaking around, right? So don't freaking freak out if there's a whole bunch of copies online. Just freaking stay the freaking course. Buy yourself a couple copies. Make sure they're perfect freaking copies. Send those copies to the CGC, or you can wait for some idiot to freaking go ahead and freaking buy it, and he's gonna pack. He's gonna freaking panic, and he's gonna sell you his copy for $25.
Yeah,
but
I love this book, and you know what I wish they do is turn this into like a series, like do all the Spider-Verse characters using this style. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, this is Amazing Spider-Man number 55, right? So for those who aren't tracking right now, the whole Spider family, the Order of the Web, that's Miles Morales, Spider-Girl, Spider-Woman, Madam Web, they're all on an actual plan on an actual plane trying to freaking look for Peter to freaking help him out. He's right now battling in between the Sin Eater and the Morlans. The Morlans is this freaking family of spider vampires that freaking tries to trap spider avatars so they can suck their blood and suck their life energy. So there's several family members that have died since the last story. So that means in order to bring those guys back, there's going to have to be new characters. Am I saying there's going to be a new characters inside this one? I don't know because Marvel's been kind of shady with this shit.
Right.
But I would say pay attention to this one. I forget if there's another cover for that one that might make them probably are people going to probably want. I don't know. I don't care. I just want this freaking cover and freaking let it be it.
This will be a cool book for remarks too.
Mm-hmm.
Like with all that negative space and stuff like that. And then how it's broken off into sections so you could have different artists working on it.
Absolutely.
Just throwing out ideas out there for y'all.
Yeah, I like I've told people before, I'm shocked that they have not done this type of work before, because whenever you bring up some of these freaking art joints, that's you freaking say, hey, I want this type of character, I want him big, fat, whatever. That's exactly what it freaking looks like, and then you just freaking draw on the skin later on. So it was freaking shocking to me, like, duh. Why not do that for freaking Spider-Man? They just freaking added some freaking cobwebs onto it.
Yeah, awesome.
And that is my freaking $30 holler. Now, the other covers that I think are going to be interesting are this one, this King in the Black #1. This is a Morley variant. I freaking love this freaking cover. A lot of detail. Freaking love the color shades and everything. Love what's going on in there. Not saying anything's going to happen and not saying it's going to make you a lot of money. I do see some retailers out there that are already starting to sell it for under freaking cover. So if you can get it for undercover shit and you freaking like it, freaking why not? And then actually the other one I have is, let's see if I can bring this up real quick. Is this one, this Anhyuk Lee. This is probably my favorite because this is not in the King of the Black freaking family line. This is a part of a different thing. It's Marvel's Tales, and it's actually a compilation of other freaking stories from the Venom 2008 series number 3 through 4, and Venom 2008 number 25. It's a compilation of those freaking stories. And if that isn't enough, this is a 1 to 50. So a lot of stores they're not used to ordering a whole bunch of stuff, especially if it's not in that storyline. So they're probably going to leave this off. So if you see this just lying on the freaking shelf, it is for under freaking cover. Under $50 for this is not going to be too bad. So I would grab that if I were you guys.
Yeah, that's going for 150.
Right. So give it another month when people are going to be sure of how many copies they're going to freaking get. But I wouldn't get it at 150 just yet. I've been talking about this book for a good 2 months now. So
like $7.99 books too, aren't they?
Yes, exactly. That's the tough part about it is it's not a regular $3.99, so you think you're going to necessarily get it at ratio. That's what a lot of people think. Well, I should always get a ratio. Well, if it's a $7.99 book, right? Even if you're a freaking top tier store like Midtown, where they probably get theirs at 50 or less than 50%, then that's $4. That's $4 towards that 50. That's still $200 worth of books they're going to have to buy just to get this freaking book.
Right.
So they got to freaking try and get as close to their freaking margin as possible before they even think about it. And trust me, Midtown, I haven't seen them have it up for sale yet. I haven't checked the freaking website, but fuck it, there's going to be some copies out there.
Yeah. Well, and then Midtown's ordering less anyways now, right? Are they still in that kind of situation?
Well, they've got a lot going on, right? Because they've got to deal with DC stuff. They got to make sure to get that stuff out the door. Plus, they got to deal with this whole, and there's a lot less traffic, right? And with the traffic they do have, they got to figure. I haven't been to the store, but I would think they would have to make sure everybody's spread apart, so there's not as much
Oh.
freedom of movement around the freaking store. So people aren't just freaking lolling in place and freaking, oh, I'll pick this up. No, motherfucker, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
It's one of those situations.
I mean, I've been to two of the different Midtown stores when I went to New York. The store is pretty decently sized, like it's multi-leveled and everything, like where they have like new issues on one level and then they have back issues on the second level. And so I could see them be able to like easily space out people.
Mm. I should hope so, man. Because the worst part about it is those. So, for instance, I've got an LCS and they have like no room to do any of that shit to be messing around with, and letting people in. So they're I mean they're going to be fucked.
Yeah.
Trying to freaking let people in. Ooh, I got something for Ultra Maximus. I know he's not back home, but I got something for Ultra Maximus that I know he's gonna freaking love. This is all. In fact, hey, if you guys want to buy this as a freaking Christmas present for Ultra Maximus, I will cut you guys. I'll give this to you at 50% off.
Is that the same artist who did
Hold
the
up.
Tiny?
No, this is something else. Hold up. I want to open. You mother. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a My Little Pony Transformers, My Little Optimus.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Is that like original art or something, or is it actually a comic cover?
No, it is what the fuck is this?
Is it a crossover?
From from Hasbro Toy Group fandom class with My Little Pony crossover collection, expanding universe of My Little Pony mashup characters.
It's a toy, isn't it?
It's a toy.
Oh wow!
It is a fucking toy.
Well, I completely forgot that they crossed over My Little Ponies with Transformers. Oh wow!
That's awesome.
He's gonna get like 50 of those to his door or something like that, and he's gonna be like, "Who the hell is sending me all these?"
Oh, what are they doing?
You know, on the shelf.
Oh, so here's something that some of y'all might be interested in. Because I know some of y'all have been pinging me about this stuff. The Magic, the Gathering, Commanders and Legends, Collective Booster. Let's see, is this like a box? I don't know what it is. 15 Magic cards. Yeah, booster pack. TC Commander Legends Classic Booster Pack. Freaking yeah, go ahead and freaking grab those.
Did you guys play Magic?
My brother is a big player into that. Let's see. See what I can find.
I bought a bunch way back when and put them in a box, and I broke them out a couple years ago to play with my kids a little bit. But
Do you still have them?
I do, yeah.
So, how early did you get into Magic? Like, are you talking like alpha?
No, not alpha,
beta?
not beta. I got in at
Probably like 4th edition, Ice Age.
just before Ice Age, so revised.
Okay.
I had a couple dual lands that were worth money. But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely refined the rules a lot better now. Like the game mechanics run a lot more smooth and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, so I was playing my brother one day, and he was telling me he's like, yeah, you have that really old style of playing and stuff like that. Because I remember at the time, like when you actually had to play a game, you like bet a card or ante a card. Let's see. So the first box you showed, it seems like it's a Commander's Boosters, and the Commander Legends have like rares, foils, alternative arts, special card styles, and more.
Yeah, it's crazy what some of those are going for now.
Yeah. I know my brother likes to buy like like the standard boxes and just like hold on to a box. Like he'll buy multiple boxes.
Right. I used to be a teacher, and for a while I was teaching overseas. I went and taught in Korea and China. And
Nice.
just for the hell of it, I had my little box. I just brought it with just because they couldn't bring that much. So, and a couple of the other teachers there had played before, and we just drink and play on the weekends a little bit. And one of the girls, she's like, "Oh yeah, I used to play this. I think I have a whole bunch of my storage unit back home. I used to have these. What are they called? Mocks."
Oh wow!
Like I had 5 of each of them. My boyfriend was really into it. I'm in my head. I'm thinking, okay, if I offer her X amount of dollars just for all of her stuff back home, but hey, I'll just give you what $2,000 for all those. No, I couldn't. I'm like,
this is like what 2,000 for like one of those cards.
Yeah, they're crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Here's something else that's coming out this coming week. The Union 1 to 50.
I like that. I like that
Nice.
series. I think that's so under the radar. Like nobody pre-ordered that. Like a kind of like an Agents of Atlas kind of vibe with like there's three or 4 new characters in that, I think.
Let's see.
Ultra saying about the My Little Optimus Prime or whatever. It was available at GameStop and it was selling for 50 something bucks a pair before they restocked.
For what, that My Little Pony?
That's what I'm guessing what he's talking about.
Really? Because I can get that for everybody for like $13.
Oh wow. Let me look it up real quick. I'll pull up the GameStop website.
Holy shit. Let's see. I don't know why they keep putting FOC on here.
All right.
Let me put this for y'all.
Oh,
No.
yeah, those are $13.
Yeah.
Oh, he might have been saying they were selling for like 50 something. I'm guessing before like GameStop restocked them.
Okay. So it's like a second prayer freaking My Little Pony Transformers?
No, so it's toys. So like, the first wave comes out, it's like you have to hype it up and sell it for a lot of money, and then when everyone else has them, it just drops like a rock. That's toys in a nutshell. I mean, correct me if someone can correct me if I'm wrong.
That's going to be the PlayStation, man.
PlayStation 5, yeah. I mean, but that's that's history repeating itself. Like every console has done that. I'm surprised there hasn't been like any major breaks on it on the first like release.
What do you mean breaks?
So what was it? PlayStation 3 when it first came out, it was supposed to be backwards compatible, and like only half the consoles worked on that. I think they had disk problems, and then every console that comes out and every game that comes out has like at least like a 2-day patch to download before you can even do anything on it.
Well, I've seen some videos where they've already bricked, right? Freaking 2 days later, it doesn't freaking work, doesn't power on or anything. But then right now, the issue that you have is if half of the consoles that are out there are currently owned by the people who are using those, they're not hackers, I forget those bots, right?
Bots, yeah.
And then the other half are owned by parents who just bought it for their kids for Christmas. Then that's a whole bunch of freaking that are just sitting around in freaking closets.
Yeah.
And that's terrible for Sony, right? Because that means there's a whole bunch of people sitting around with consoles that are being played that are not buying games or anything or spending money on the games. So that kind of sucks for them.
Well, I'm kind of curious to see if it's the digital only versions that are bricking or if it's the disc ones that are bricking.
I think it was the disc ones that were bricking. I think.
Oh wow, those are the more expensive ones too.
Yeah.
Like even like if we're just talking about market price, $500, $400 for digital.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about freaking getting the PlayStation. I'm just going to go ahead and get me upgrade a GPU or freaking get an external GPU or something like that. Man, you can't even buy those right now, man.
Yeah.
And people are spending serious money on freaking gaming now. I don't understand. I don't even understand.
Well, because that's like half of everyone's job nowadays is to like if you're not streaming something, you're live streaming gaming and stuff like that. Like half people are making careers off of that.
I would love to freaking just have a career just sitting around playing Pac-Man all day. Can I get some money for that? Yeah.
You could probably live stream Pac-Man.
That's all I know how
Yeah.
to play. That's all I know how to play, man. That's where I'm at.
Hey, if you can get super high into it, or like like into like some of those glitching levels, right? Like what is it like towards the end, like level 250 something, where it starts like where the screen starts like shaking and all that.
I can get the watermelon. Is that good enough for you? That's where I'm at. I'm badass at that shit.
Stream Atari games. The future.
I'll play Galaga all day then.
Missile Command.
freaking yeah, make sure you guys get into the freaking Discord, the Comic Crusaders Discord. And because what I do want to do is I do want to freaking stream some gameplays whenever we get the freaking games, because we do have some of these StreamYards or some of these what do you call those game developers. They have been shooting stuff to us on StreamYard for us to freaking test and freaking play. So I would just freaking let this freaking sit around all day for at least an hour and do that. And I would love to freaking stream some fucking some manga, anime stuff. Just sit around, fucking have some watch parties and all that stuff. So make sure if you haven't gotten the freaking Comic Crusaders Discord, go to Comic Crusaders Twitter. It's somewhere. The link for the Discord is somewhere on there. Freaking make sure you freaking join in. What about all right? So for this week coming up, did you guys have anything? Did you guys were keeping your eye on as far as buying?
Let me look at FOC again real quick.
FOC, Hail Mary.
Yeah, I mean, there's already people reading Ice Cream Man. So there's one cover that looks like it's like an advent calendar. Let's see. That should be pretty interesting. So, especially like if you're currently reading it and you know that Ha is coming up soon, so it should be interesting to see if the series continues, so they can, or if it's gonna switch all over to that where it's just a clown. So that should be a pretty interesting cover. There's also a B cover for this.
Yeah, I prefer the A cover.
Yeah, I like the A cover too. And yeah, see, it's in shops December 23rd. So that's perfect for Christmas time and stuff like that. I mean, I just like how creepy the stories are, personally. I can look through some other stuff.
Yeah. How about you, Blue Green? You got anything?
I'm trying to pull up my there we go. My list of what I got pulled already here for this coming week. Descending. Yeah,
I've also been hearing good things about Dune. I don't know anyone that's reading that, but
Well, I mean, I read the original books.
okay, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about the comic books. I don't know if it's going to have the same.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a
Impact.
precursor story of how the main character became who he is. I forget his name.
Yeah, it's all going to depend on how good that movie is. I mean, if it blows people out of the water, then they're going to go back and look for the books and look for the comics and look for the come out toys, and if it tanks, then everybody's going to try to forget it as quickly as possible.
And then,
Okay.
of course, I'll be reading Something is Killing the Children. So issue 13's on FOC this week.
Lucas, that Spawn with the profile and all the names of the artists, did that come out this last week?
Yep, came out Wednesday.
Okay.
Was that the LCSD copy with all the sword names? I guess that would make the most sense, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a version. It's not really version, right? Because it can't be, but there's one that doesn't have the Spawn logo on there, and there's a bunch of them that do, and the one that doesn't have the logo, that was I forget whether that was the overship or whether that was local comic book shop day. It was one of those.
That's probably the overship one, I think, right? Because it has the artist names on it.
Right. No. Yeah. So so I know what's happening. So this one is the local comic book shop day because it actually has it right there, and that one has the logo. And then this one would be the overship. Excuse me. This one would be the overship, and it doesn't have the logo or it doesn't have the LCSD.
Yeah.
So
and it has the artist names on it. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so I pulled up what I got coming this week. So
did you get share your screen?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Make sure you close all your fucking Pornhub and all the other shit.
If it works here. Here we go. Okay. All right. So, can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right. So I've been buying this Hotline Miami series from Behemoth. I think it was Behemoth's first book. They're the ones that came out with. They're the publisher that did The Girl Who Walks Alone at Night or whatever that one was this last week. I'm still really high in this Hotline Miami. Are you guys familiar with the old cult following video game?
Yep.
I think this would be like in the world of like John Wick and The Purge and like that, all the ultra violent stuff going on. This would be an awesome IP for a movie or a series for film. So I think at some point in time this is going to get made. And I think issue number 1 had a print run of like 5,000 copies, something like that. So I'm trying to complete that run of Hotline Miami. I've got a lot of these Union covers. We'll see what happens with that. There's an Empire variant. I did get a copy, just the regular cover of that the Null Marvel Tales, the one that you were looking at earlier, the Inhale. But yeah, no way am I buying 50 copies of that just so that's not going to happen. There was a third print of that Dune book, The House Atreides, coming out this week. With the sandworms. Who knows? I'm a sucker, so I'm picking up a lot of at least one copy of a lot of those late printings. I mean, if one hits and 6 of them don't, the one that does hit could pay for the other ones. So maybe then some. Patriotica. Who is this? White. That was that Kickstarter book that turned into a regular series.
Yeah. Filthy.
Yeah. I got that King of Black, that spoiler variant you were talking about. David Nakayama. I love David Nakayama. I don't know about this cover though. Something about the cover
it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's
like,
I better not open it up and find out just something else happening because you got a freaking thing and his freaking skin is peeling off.
Yeah.
You better tell me the story. You better tell me the whole story in that one.
Like watching somebody at a dermatology doctor visit, you know, that's not something you want to, I don't know. But again, I like David Nakayama. This Miles Morales Spider-Man 21 has a nullified version of Miles.
That looks pretty cool.
Again, in Hyuk Lee. I don't know. I'm not huge on these, you know, there's nullified variants of a lot of the characters, but usually one or two of each run will at least pop in the market. Speaking of My Little Pony Transformers, number 1, it didn't pop up. There's a second print of that number 1. Again, I'm a sucker for second print. There's a design variant for that Union number 1. Britannia, one of the new characters they have in there.
Yeah, I like second prints when they change the cover.
Right. Well, Marvel's figured it out. Like, I can't remember the last Marvel book that didn't change the cover.
I would say X of Swords. They didn't change the cover. Really.
There's a whole bunch of joints that are out there. They didn't change the cover. They barely changed the color on the motherfucker. They just said, "Fuck it, take it."
Oh yeah, like X-Men 12, second print. All they did was like, they basically just like made the summoner basically grayed out, and then like red, or was it red? I couldn't.
He was I think he was red, and then everything else was grayed out.
Yeah.
It was like, okay.
And I guess I have not been chasing the X of Swords second prints or the later prints, so there you go.
I mean, they kind of like remind me of like what House of X and Power of X were doing, or Power of 10. Like, kind of, I feel like it's kind of like a throwback to that, I guess.
They had a few new covers in those late printings, but yeah, I don't know. For the most part, at least Marvel usually uses, you know, either work or some sort of new cover, as opposed to DC, who just puts a different color in one little part of this, one part of the cover. So Momoko did one of the covers for this King in Black. You know, everybody's ordering King in Black. Everybody's ordering Momoko, so it's not like it's going to be under ordered by any means.
Yeah,
I guess that's the same. And then Mighty Morphin, that new Boom series, has a second print coming out as well. Have you guys jumped on this Power Rangers bandwagon?
So I grew up with Power Rangers being like super popular and all that. I mean, because, you know, it was aimed to me as a kid in like elementary school. As an adult, I don't really collect it. Don't really care.
Right.
I did like the TNT Power Rangers crossover, though. I'll say that.
I'm told that I need to give it a chance, and I need to find a starting point on the Boom series and start reading it. And because it's supposed to be taken much more seriously and be a totally different animal completely than the old show. Which is kind of what they're doing with Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know, the stories they're telling now are really nothing like, you know, the old TMNT Adventures stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could see where they're trying to be a little bit more serious than a children's show, but it's not good reading. It's not. So I don't know if you saw the latest Power Ranger movie. That was good, right? It was a lot way better than I expected, right?
Right.
But don't fucking tell me that Power Rangers is a fucking good fucking read. It's don't fucking tell me. I like it when they fucking introduce new characters, when they introduce new dynamics, dimensions, and all that shit. That's good. But don't sit down there and tell me that I'm gonna be fucking enjoying myself reading through that nasty ass fucking dialogue and shit. No. I'm sorry, I can't fucking do it.
Is the Boom series the newer stuff?
Yeah, I mean,
Are you talking about like Go Power Rangers and stuff like that, or?
yeah, I mean all that
Yeah.
shit, the fucking shattered
Yeah.
grid and all that shit. Come on, get the fuck out of here. Nah, no.
Yeah, I have
No.
friends that collect it, but like they're like huge Power Rangers fans anyways. So like no
Right.
matter what you tell them, they're gonna read it anyways.
Yeah, and that's fine, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, if they've got what they're focused on as far as the story and all that stuff, and that's fine. But don't tell me that I couldn't find better enjoyment in some other shit.
Yeah.
And then it was bad enough that they're doing the whole fucking incentive variance shit and fucking 150s and 100s. Nah, nope, I can't fucking do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I buy some of them to sell, like the later printings and whatever, but I haven't jumped into reading at all.
All right, well, you guys, if you guys don't have anything else to share, I am ready to wrap this up. It is 4 o'clock in the morning. We've done mail calls. We've done $30 hollers. We've done FOC stuff. I fucking gave you my freaking roll up of what I freaking read. And unfortunately, we didn't have Mel. We did have freaking Brian for a little bit. We didn't have freaking Ultra because he's driving all the way from freaking Georgia right now. But we should have the full crew, I believe, next week. And once again, freaking for the rest of the next week up until whatever, I am going to be jumping in on the Comic Crusaders Discord. So if you want to freaking see what we're freaking doing over there, go ahead and jump in on there. Once again, thank you for the subscribers and watchers that we've had at 4 o'clock in the morning. Love you guys, and thanks for joining in. Once again, you guys are freaking beautiful. One last question is Eugene and Young says that Union had multiple new characters. So I'm tracking that some of the characters maybe at least one of the characters may be new. They didn't really specify, but I am tracking that at least one of them was something else, but they changed their name, and one of them is new, or it always has his face kind of freaking covered up. So we're not sure.
I have one more book to mention.
Yeah.
If you're reading Scumbag, I had the first 2 issues. I haven't read it yet. It's on my read pile, but 3rd issue is coming up on FOC. So there's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some pretty popular on that, I think. I don't know.
All right.
For next time, we've been going long enough, but speaking of Jen Bartel, she did a bunch of shoes for different shoe companies. So I'm going to dig those out, and Jen Bartel lives in Minneapolis here, so I'm a double fan of her art, and just because she's local, so I try to support whatever she does. We'll show off some sneakers next time.
Oh, I have some sneakers that I think Brian would like, so I could show those off.
Oh man, we're going to turn the show to a freaking sneakerhead show. Don't get Mrs. Mel involved.
But these are comic related. I have some sneakers that are comic related.
Oh man, it's not where we're going. I don't like the way this is going.
Well, Lucas,
just random pickups, right?
All right, gents. Once again, thank you to Aaron Yee. Where can they follow you, Aaron, on your Instagram?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram at Yeezy Yee. And then if you find me on Facebook, it's just Aaron Yee. So there's a picture of me playing bass. So.
And how about you, Blue Green?
I'm on Blue Green Artifacts on Instagram. Try to post a few times a week, whatever books that I think are worth specking on. So yeah, come check it out.
All right. And with that, we are out.